Hello there, you beautiful, amazing people. No, that's not right. That's not right. Let's try again. Hi there, everyone. How the devil are you all? My name is James, and I'm here for the Games Edit podcast, where there's stuff we're going to be doing. Oh my god. How hard is it to make a fucking intro? How does he make it look this easy anyway? Fuck, I need a drink.
Here you go, mate.
Ah, cheers, mate.
Yeah, no worries. Don't worry. You'll get that intro done in no time. By the way, where'd you keep your crisps?
Oh, it's in the kitchen, bottom left-hand drawer, second on the left.
Sounds a plan. Great. I'll see you at the podcast.
See you in the podcast. What the fuck? Board of rulership. To present the following command obedience from each creature of your choice. I don't know if that could be used against Andy. At least then I'll be able to take control of this. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. How are you all doing? Welcome to the Games It podcast. I'm looking forward to all of this, and I hope you guys are as well. My name is James of All Games, and as always, I'm joined by my fantastic person, Andy. Andy.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry, my bad. I was having a little light snack.
Hold on, is that for me?
Well, yeah, you said I could have some.
I didn't mean that packet, that was my last one.
You didn't specify, mate. So, and we don't have one cocktail in Canada anymore. So I was like, oh, I'll take this home with me.
What sort of backwards country did you have? Also, how the hell did you get back so quickly?
Oh, I have my ways, mate. I have my ways.
Almost making it sound like we had already pre-planned this.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh well, we'll never know.
Yeah, we'll never know. We'll never know. Hello, everyone. Welcome.
How are you, good sir? How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good, James. Also, I just want to say, like, I got home quick. You changed your shirt quick.
Yeah, well, I kind of got a wee bit terrified about you coming all the way over to Canada to give me a drink. So, I may have spilled some drink.
Well, you know, I'd do anything for you, mate. I come across the world. Just, you know, you were in despair. You needed help. You needed a drink. So my best friendly senses were tingling, and I rushed over to give you a Coke Zero. And this is the thanks. This is the thanks I get.
Yeah, damn right, that's the thanks you get. I spilled all of this all over my top. I had to change. And I'm not saying that because of broken continuity errors.
Continuity, I say. I hear, good sir.
Yes, ingenuity.
Well, hello everyone. How you all doing? Welcome to the Games in It podcast. As I said, we have James, as I said.
Hey.
And me, Andy. Yes, thank you very much, James, for doing the intro. Appreciate you on that. And yeah, no, I've been doing good since the last episode. Can't really complain with a few things, honestly. I've just been busy. I've just been, you know, working on myself. As I do want to say one thing, mental health, very, very important to do. And I'm also going to, because I've been doing a lot of like mental health courses with a great charity called the name of the Canadian Mental Health Association. And they've been really tremendous in, you know, providing like tools, information to help improve many people's mental health, including mine. And I just want to bring that out real quick before we get into the discussion of the podcast. Mental health is very, very important, and everyone should, you should treat yourself with kindness, kindness and love, because the number one person in your life is yourself. And if you feel like that there's not a lot, if you feel like there's not a lot of resources that that is available to you when tackling with your mental health and trying to, get better, healthy mentally, I am going to be posting some links in the description for some mental health charities in your region, like in North America, in the UK, in Europe, in Australia, New Zealand. I'll try and find like as many as I can to post into here. So if you feel like that you're unable to find like some good resources, hopefully the resources that we provide to you will be able to help you in achieving better mental health and to fight the good fight in tackling those inner demons and to letting yourself know that you deserve love, you deserve kindness, and you deserve respect.
Absolutely, and we both have suffered from mental health in the past as well, and we both know just how important it is to make sure that you are fit and fighting, ready for anything that can deal with you. But don't worry, because at the end of the day, you're not alone. You are as good as you think you are. And everybody is around to support you. And whether you think that's not true, ask your friends. I'm pretty sure they'll say something different.
Absolutely indeed. So that's pretty much what I've been doing. James, how the devil have you been, sir?
I've been pretty good, mate. I have literally just been at work doing a course to learn how to become a teacher. And not as actually a proper teacher, I'm doing a level 3 in education and training qualification for the next 2 weeks. In my last week coming up, and hopefully by the end of it I'll be able to get myself a level 3 qualification. I can then go and get some more assistants from the University of Lincoln who will be able to help me get that level 4 and actually possibly get a undergraduate degree out of it as well. That's going to take time, but that's also something to look forward to. I've also finally got myself approval from work, so I'm actually going to be taking some IT courses. So I'm actually going to be doing 3 courses. We're starting them this week, and I'm going to hopefully by the end of it get some nice brilliant IT qualifications, so I'll actually be able to say, have you tried turning it off and on again? And I actually mean it with some experience behind me.
They'll just be like, "Are you sure you work? You've done IT before?" Like, yes, I have qualifications. Now, have you turned it off and on again? Yeah, prick.
Excuse me, good sir. Have you tried turning it off and on again? Have I just said yes? Has it worked? No. Well, you're shit out of luck. Thanks anyway. Prick.
Yeah. Wait, you said you were qualified. The bastard.
That'll be 500 quid, please.
500 quid to just say, have you tried turning it off and on again? And has it plugged in?
You know what? You joke about that. 9 times out of 10, turn it off and on again actually helps.
I know, it's crazy, and you can make serious bank by telling people, have you tried turning it off and on again? Great.
Cha-ching!
Well, that's good, mate. Good. I'm glad to hear that you're actually like training and getting qualifications to be a teacher. That's wild, honestly. Did you ever thought that you would ever be a teacher? Do you ever thought you would ever be qualified, like getting qualifications to be a teacher?
Well, no, I never thought I'd ever get that, but actually the fact that part of my job is actually going to be instructing, and this comes free from my job, I figured, why the hell not? If I can get a good qualification out of it and free, I might as well take as much opportunity as I can.
Exactly, especially if it's free. Don't have to pay for it.
Everything in this world that's great comes free.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Especially food. You eat food that's free, somehow it tastes 10 times better. I don't know why. Just how it is.
Especially if you steal it from a friend's house, you dick.
I don't know what you're I don't know. I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, I don't know why. Prawn cocktail. I've eaten prawn cocktail many times in my life. This bag's amazing. I don't know why. They must have put like extra seasoning in it or something. Oh.
Hope you choke on it. Hope you choke on that prawn cocktail.
I thought you were going to stop after saying.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to, but then
You want to do, but
I couldn't do it.
you need to try to keep it somewhat family friendly.
Yes, Andy. Let's keep it family friendly. We've only just had a go at each other, insulted each other, and also basically swore about 5 times already.
Family friendly. Hey.
Fuck! I forgot I was 6. No, 7. Shit! That'd be 8. Christ!
This podcast is rated Peggy 12. Oh, Christ. So, yeah. New show. New month, new show. Oh, my voice broke there. New month, new show.
New show!
I'm just excited. New month.
God.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Calm down, Mickey.
Anyway, new month, new show, new news. We got a few good things to talk about during all the way through January and February, because as we did last time was the pilot episode. So we're talking about Shadow the Hedgehog as well as the Nintendo Switch 2, which we're going to be very excited when the Nintendo Showcase comes out, where we get to learn more about the Nintendo Switch 2. That will be coming out next month, but you won't probably hear it until like on May's edition, because I think the showcase is going to be like
April.
Yeah, April. Is it mid-April? Is it early April? I'm not sure.
Beginning of April, actually. April the 3rd? April the 4th, I think?
April 3rd, April 4th?
It was something like that.
And about then. Huh, okay. Well, I think we may have to delay doing April's edition of Games Edit Podcast just so we can watch the showcase and go straight into that.
Oh yeah, hang on. I shall get that confirmed for you. It is on the 2nd of April 2025.
2nd of April.
At 2 o'clock UK time. At whatever time Canadian time.
That 2 o'clock in the afternoon for you?
Yep, 2 o'clock in the afternoon for us.
Oh wow, 1, 2. That's like 7 in the morning for me. Come on.
You gotta get up early to watch it.
Christ. God, Nintendo,
Don't worry.
why you do these things to me?
That's okay. I will spoil it for you when you wake up in the morning. Be like, oh, what a beautiful day. I can't wait to hear about Order Switch 2. Ah, there's James spoiling everything for me.
Yep. And I will just reply with, you bleep. Because family friendly.
Yeah, pretty much. Family friendly, yes.
Yeah, exactly. But we're not going to be talking about Nintendo Switch 2 yet. We are actually going to be talking about some Nintendo news, as we've had the Pokémon Presents 2025 Showcase, which happened during the month of February, which is absolutely awesome. I've only just got into reading what's going on. James has watched the showcase, so yep, James will be diving us into everything that happened during then. We also have the Xbox news. Xbox going into a multi-platform era. This is going to be interesting. And also with the Microsoft Showcase, showcasing games that are directly for Xbox, going to be coming onto other consoles as well. And the Microsoft Showcase is showing those console logos as well in their trailers. What do we think of it? What's going to happen in the future as well with Microsoft and Xbox? Are they going to continue making consoles, or are they going to pull a Sega and mainly just be a software developing company? On top of that, we're going to also be talking about Sonic Racing Crossworlds. We got some new information coming out with that, with, like characters. We also had the closed network test, which I was able to take part of. So I'll be diving into that a little bit later on in the show. And I'm going to be giving my thoughts on how I felt that the closed network test went, as well as we have one news report that was talking about like what courses do we want to see in Sonic Racing Crossworlds. So we'll give our takes on that as well. And after we take our break, we'll be going straight into On This Month segment, while me and James pick 2 games from the month of March and any of the years, all the way from the 60s to now. And we just pick 2 games and we talk about how we felt about it, the games that we played, how we felt about it. It could be good, bad, whatever. So yeah, get ready for that. Gonna get stuck in to this lovely, delicious gaming news content sandwich right now. as we're going to be talking about Pokemon Presents 2025. James, I'm going to be passing it over to you because I've just watched some of the videos right now. So I've got my intake on it, but because you were the one that watched everything and you've got everything in full detail, take it away. How do you feel Pokemon is going to be in the year 2025?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. So, for those of you who have missed it, Pokemon Presents has celebrated Pokemon Day, which is now an actual official recognised holiday in America, which also goes to show why the UK never gets anything good.
Woo!
We never get
Pokemon Day! Pokemon Day! Oh, wait.
So for those of you
is
who
it
don't-
North America or is it just the US? Gotta be.
The US. I think the US, because I don't think you know about Canada.
Damn it.
I know, it's a piss take.
I know.
But, so Pokemon Day is actually a celebration of the days that Pokemon Red and Green first released into Japan. Basically started the whole mainstream of Pokemon. And I actually noticed this a couple of days ago when someone actually turned around and went, Pokemon is just a fad, it will never last. And here we are 29 years later and it's still making mega bucks. So as a celebration to it, Pokemon Presents actually decided to give out and announce all the brand new stuff that's coming out for the Pokemon Day, which is coming up later on this year. So, what's the main things that we have found out? Well, firstly, Pokemon Concierge is they're getting new episodes on Netflix in September. This is actually the animation of Pokemon, which is following, I believe, a girl and her Psyduck as people go into this hotel. They meet different people and different Pokemon. They have wild adventures together. But the animation style is actually the one thing that really gets me, because I'm pretty sure, I'm sure people will probably, and I'll probably get this confirmed later, the animation style is very relevant to Aardman animation. And for those of you in the UK, or who definitely know about the UK, will know that Aardman are the main creators of Wallace and Gromit, one of the classic UK TV shows of all time. Because it's literally all stop animation.
All I want is just Wallace and Gromit to be a cameo in there in the hotel. Hello, we're here at your hotel. Do you have cheese? Me and Gromit need the Wensleydale. Hello, aren't you a fine little creature? What are you? You're a Psyduck.
Oh.
You look a bit like cheese, you do.
Oh my god, Wallace and Gromit just being the champions of the UK version. That's all I want to hear.
The champions of the Gala region.
Gromit.
It's Wallace and Gromit.
Gromit dressed up as Growlithe or Houndoom. Walking across the...
just with like the I'm not amused
Yeah.
eyes.
And Feathers McGraw being Blaziken. Or Tolchik.
Oh god, and then Wallace is just being like, we're going to be the very best lad that no one ever was. Christ. So yeah,
So the
that's
other one's
pretty interesting.
Yeah, but the other ones really are just like little updates to the like mobile gaming. So Flapple and Appleton are joining Pokemon Cafe Remix. Never tried it, so I can't really say anything about that. Pokemon Sleep is going to have you shaking off your nightmares as Cresselia and Darkrai clash in an upcoming event. Why again Darkrai in a sleeping Pokemon game, I have no idea. But especially those of you who know what Darkrai is, like really in depth in his knowledge. He's the one who basically dreams of nightmares all the time, which, actually saying that out loud, that does make sense. Why he would be in it. But, oh well, haven't got that either, so I'm not really too sure. Pokemon Go Tour is bringing off a Unova special featuring Pokemon Black Kyurem and White Kyurem. So essentially the fusion monsters of Kyurem is actually being brought into Pokemon Go. And I've seen two people have actually got it already. And yeah, to be fair, it does look pretty good. What's also coming is Pokemon Unite, where we have Suicune, who I always name it completely different, which is kind of odd. And we also have Alolan Raichu and Alchemy that are coming to Pokemon Unite. Although I've never actually played Pokemon Unite, so I'm not really too sure what that is. But apparently it's like 500 players, so I think it's like trying to get into Fortnite in it or something. I'm not sure, but I don't play it, so like I said, I'm not too sure about this one. Those who have played it, like I'm pretty sure Andy, you've played it before anyway. you'll be able to know what I'm talking about, don't you? The other big one is Pokemon. Yeah, not sure what that means. I'm not sure what that is. Again, this is what I mean. Pokemon Go, Pokemon Sleep, Pokemon Cafe Remix, and Pokemon Unite. I do not play, so I can't really say anything. I'm not going to be the subject matter expert on it. The subject matter expert I am on, though, is on the next one, which is the Pokemon trading card game Pocket. It's finally getting ranked matches, along with the special event and a new set of cards, which are the Triumphant Light cards, which gives players the opportunity to collect Arceus, the fantastic and godlike Pokemon, which I might as well say it over to everyone because you know what? I'm quite happy about it. I got it! That's right, ladies and gentlemen, I got Arceus EX and the normal Arceus card. I am very happy with that. Well, it took me about 5 draws of the products, but I got one. I'm so happy. To be fair, he's actually done me very proud and very well during the competition, so I'm very happy with that.
Yeah, so it took me a little while, but I got there in the end.
I still got it, and I've got the photographic evidence. So come at me, bro.
There you go. Confirmed on that. Huh. Okay. Interesting. I will say with Unite because I do play it a little bit. And I'm just looking at the trailer now just to see what's going. So yeah, so we got some new Pokemon coming in. Joining March. Okay. Yeah. Remoat Stadium returns. Okay. Interesting. Wait, I didn't know. I thought Remoat was. Oh, wait. Did they remove it for a little bit? I'm trying to remember.
They might have done.
Maybe. I was just having a look. Let's see. New type of battle. First to 500. Okay. First to 500.
That's it. Sorry. First to 500, not.
Before doing that. Updated wild Pokemon new coming in. Be the first to score 500 points. Huh. Okay. Interesting. So.
Would that think about making you go back to play Pokemon Unite?
Well, no. I mean, I probably will. It's just it's curious to see. Like, you show your Pokemon as much as you like in the first to 500. Like, that is interesting. I'm not sure how that's going to pan out in that, but I mean, okay. Like, fair enough. We'll see how that goes. It probably will. I think. When's the update coming? Did it say it's coming out sometime soon? I think it was like.
I think it said it was coming out in the next couple of weeks.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I'll probably jump onto that and see how that goes. Pretty much in a nutshell. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, but finally, the last 2 big ones was, of course, the announcement of the new game for the Nintendo Switch and for the mobile, a new PvP competition called Pokemon Champions. Basically, it sounds like it's going to be a massive, a new version of Pokemon Stadium, except this time you're going to be basically one-on-one with players all around the world, and you can actually bring previous Pokemon from onto the system, which means you can bring them on from Pokemon Home, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and from the from future game releases as well. I would assume that's what it's going to be utilised for.
So, sorry. After you, yeah, thanks.
I was going to say, and finally, for one last one, we got the series release of Pokemon Legends Z Alpha, which is the big one on everyone's mind when it comes to the new Pokemon games. We finally got an actual trailer for it, where you can actually see it being done, and you got a little bit of information about what the plan is for it. And of course, there's Mega Evolutions, there's open world, which makes sense that this will be it. Add parkour and platforming, where you can explore the city. Basically, the starter trio is essentially gold and silver. So Chikorita, Totodile, and the pig one from Unova, I think it is. I can't remember.
I have no clue. I'm slowly getting back into Pokemon, but it's just like any new Pokemon. I'm just like, sorry, I'm a millennial boomer. I have no clue.
I have no idea either, but I still like playing the games for it.
Mm-hmm.
I still think, to be fair, my team for Pokemon Scarlet, Violet, essentially consists of Gen 1 to 3 Pokemon.
Yeah. Because that's the only gen that we grew up with.
Yeah, exactly.
every other gen, I'm like, huh? Wait, what? Why do we have a cake Pokemon? Why do we have an apple Pokemon? Yeah.
Why do fairies beat dragons?
Yeah, what is this? What? It doesn't make sense.
But I think no, you will definitely need to sit down for this one though, mate, because this is important.
Okay, wait, hang on, let me get comfortable.
The big announcement.
I'm ready. Tell me.
Okay, the big announcement about this. It brings a series first. You can dodge in Pokemon at last.
You could dodge?
You can dodge at long last.
What
you can actually dodge attacks.
Oh my god, finally an actual meaning as to why it says it's attack missed when it actually moves versus in the past games where it says, oh, an attack missed. It's been bloody standing still.
That's not the one thing that annoyed me about it. What always annoyed me was when you ended up with the Pokemon being asleep and the opposing Pokemon fires an attack and misses. And you just sat there thinking, how did you miss? He was literally right in front of you. He's asleep. He's not moving. How did you miss? And worst of all, it's Swift. Swift doesn't miss, and yet you still found a way to miss.
Good old Pokemon doing the Stormtrooper strats. Just aiming and just missing. Pew, 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 just like missing everything.
That is unbelievable. But apparently that's going to be the big one as well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they actually get to see. I think what they're trying to do is essentially make it the same as the anime. Because in the anime, they actually do. You can see them dodging the attacks and all of that. Or, running up like the walls like Matrix style to attack.
Yeah.
So I think they're trying to bring that into Pokemon now to say, well, actually, you can do this. Here's how. So, that'd be quite interesting, actually, to see.
Yeah. Definitely. I think, having all that, like, dodging being huge. I looked at the trailer, I'm just looking at it again, like, looks to be... I'm curious, because is this now a new region? For what I see it to be, by looking at it, looks very, like, Paris, in a way. Like, you got the Poké Tower, which looks like the Eiffel Tower, the building. It looks like you're in like Paris, pretty much.
I think actually it is. I'm gonna have a quick check at this because
there's no what like. Sure. Yeah, it looks very Paris-like. I think. I wonder if it is like if it is a new region.
No, it's not, but this also explains why I've not heard of it. It's called Lumoise City, which is actually taking us to the central town of Pokemon X and Z's Kalos region.
Oh.
So actually, Pokemon X, so basically it's returned to the X and Y region, but I have still not played Pokemon X or Y. That's why the region didn't recognize.
Yeah, same. I've not played X or Y, so it's like kind of for me. I just initially thought, oh, we're in Paris now. It's like kind of makes sense, but okay, if we're returning to like say the X and Y region, I mean I kind of get it as well because Pokemon X and Y, and now you got Legends Z and A. I mean that kind of makes sense now that you think about it. So it's like so it's just a whole new story in the X and Y region, in the X and Y universe.
It makes sense as well, considering there were talks that, every time, like, Pokemon Red, like, when you had Pokemon, for every two stories, colours, you always had one extra that added the little bit extra to it. So, like, red, blue, and then at the top was yellow. Same with, like, gold, silver, crystal, red, ruby, sapphire, emerald, diamond and pearl, and platinum. And all of that. So I think what a lot of people were expecting when it first came out was X and Y, and then Z was supposed to be the sort of intertwiner, because you had it for like Black and White and Black and White 2. But they never actually got Pokemon Z. So I think this is sort of their way of going, oh, sorry, our bad. Here you go. Here's X. It's Pokemon Z. But we've updated it for you. It's like Q. It's like Q from James Bond going, Mr. Player, come and see you. We have given you here is Pokemon X and Y with a few modifications, of course.
Now I just want Q in a. Can you imagine Q crossed with James Bond crossed with Pokemon? Could you
there's probably
imagine?
some sort of ROM. There's probably a ROM hack who's with someone who's probably actually done that as well.
But Professor Oak has been changed to Q. Mr. Bond, I'm glad you've returned. I've captured some new Pokemon for you to use in your next mission.
Here are your Pokemon with this. You have got a Charmander that has press its nose and go boop on its nose, and out comes four surface to air missiles. Here is a Squirtle. When it evolves to a Blastoise, it has armor piercing cannons.
And don't forget this muck. By bonking its head 3 times, you can let out an oil slick. Oh Christ!
And here is a Machoke. If you press this button here, what does that do? It punches the door open for you.
Easy.
What you can do as well, if you quickly switch it with someone and then they pass it back to you, it actually evolves into a Machamp, which is able with its 4 arms to break kneecaps and legs of your enemies.
It seems like a very useful thing to have there, Q. You always do a fine, good job as always. Oh Christ!
Can you imagine that? Just do
mew mew mew. We want Wallace and Gromit in the new Pokemon show. We need a James Bond / Pokemon collab. Come on, Nintendo.
We're just throwing these ideas to you.
I'm throwing these ideas to you. We're going to make you free money, for God's sake. Come on, someone at Nintendo of America or Nintendo of Europe, Nintendo of Japan, Nintendo of Canada, someone's got to listen and be like, give that to Mr. Miyamoto.
I mean, to be fair, Amazon have now got James Bond, so surely they can put Pokemon in it.
Surely, it's got to happen. God. The one thing I want to mention, going back to Pokemon Champions, which it's interesting. As you said, it's kind of like Pokemon Stadium. It does also have that Pokemon Battle Revolution feel to it as well. If you remember that from the Wii, it's like, yes, you have Pokemon in the game that you can use, but they're not really that good. They wanted you in there to transfer Pokemon from Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum from your DS into Pokemon Battle Revolution. And the cool thing with that as well is that, yes, you transfer your Pokemon over and into the game, but you can also use your DS, as a controller to pick the moves, which I felt was a really, really cool feature. But I kind of like, I think it's pretty much like an updated Pokemon Battle Revolution, with it now letting you use Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and Pokemon Home and other games as well, transferring from those games into Pokemon Champions. Now, I saw with the trailer, it's coming out on Nintendo Switch, obviously, but it's also going to be, let me just check here. Does it say only? iOS and Android. Yeah, that's cool. Something was blocking it. So all I saw was Android, and I was like, wait, Android only, not iOS, but it is iOS and Android. So that's what I've got, which is making me very, very curious. How are you going to get Pokemon from, the games on the Switch, Pokemon Home? Are you going to get it onto iOS, Android? I guess, like, regardless of what version you're playing, I'm sure there's, like, a wireless connection if you use, like, your phone or tablet that will connect to the Switch to Scarlet, Violet, and then, going into Pokemon Home and, connecting it to that. Unless if you're using a Switch, and maybe they might do the thing that they do with Unite. You have because that's on the phone. That's also on the Switch. You create like a brand new account with a username that is connected to the Unite servers. But then I think, like, I don't know if it's like that account can be transferred or can be used for both the Switch and also on your phone tablet. So I'm wondering if maybe if you make an account on the Switch, transfer all your Pokemon onto Pokemon Champions on the Switch, but then you connect your account on like your phone and tablet. So then when you play it on your phone and tablet, if you don't bring your Switch with you, your account is saved and all your Pokemon's saved, so you can use it to play Pokemon Champions. It would make sense if they did that. It would make tons of sense. But again, as it says, it's in development, so who knows? Will they include that, or will it just be like you either make an account on your phone or your Switch, and then that's it? So, if they do that, that's kind of, it makes sense because the Switch is also a handheld device. But I think it'll be really cool if they linked it. So it's like you connect it with you create the account on the Switch, but you can link your phone and tablet. So like if you didn't bring your Switch somewhere and you're out and about and you're like, oh, I want to play Pokemon Champions, connect your account on your phone, boom, and then you can just go ahead and start playing.
So I think the process to do that is already there. The reason I say that is if you've got a Nintendo Switch, if you want to be able to say buy stuff off the eShop, you have to like put your password and all that stuff. But you can actually use your camera's lens to log in, then connect to it on your phone as a login, and it'll say, happy days, in you go, you can return back to your Switch now. So what I think they're going to do is possibly you may have to create an account on your phone, but then you may have to sync it up with your Nintendo Switch, maybe via a QR code. So you create your account with your QR on the phone, and if you want to connect to your Pokemon Champions on the Switch, there's a little QR code that says merge or sync up, and then you go, okay, sync up with the phone. These are my details. Ah, perfect. So you are with this computer there. All your Nintendo Switch stuff then transfers over across. And then what happens is no matter what happens on your Nintendo Switch, it also basically copies it to your phone as well. So you should be able to pick it up. Or they may decide that they don't want to do that and decide that if you want to play on the phone, then you play on the phone. However, that's a completely separate account. If you have a Switch, then you play yourself on the Switch on its own. But I'll probably see that is what they're going to do, is basically link it up via your phone and then do it with the Switch. But again, this is development time. So all this time they've got now, they should have plenty of opportunities to get that settled in and get squared away before they finally release the beta for it. And I think that will be the main question on everyone is it 2 profiles each, or can you merge the profiles together? Because then the question will be, if you catch a Pokemon on Pokemon Champions, for example, can you transfer it across to your Switch and vice versa? Especially if you said you're transferring stuff from Pokemon Violet and Scarlet over via Pokemon Home to there, then surely you want to play with one of your Pokemon that you've essentially got.
Yeah, like the one thing I would think on that, I would push back on, is the creating 2 accounts. Like, yeah, okay, if you can't merge it into one with your Switch and your phone, okay, fine, you make 2 accounts. Is the problem going to be then if you transfer Pokemon from Scarlet, Violet, and Home into, say, Pokemon Champions on the Switch, but you have to make a new account on your phone if you want to play it on your phone? What's to say that your game's Scarlet, Violet, Home is connected to your account, Pokemon Champions account on the Switch? You're not allowed to then connect it on your phone. That's the thing. If you're able to transfer it to multiple accounts, then great. That's awesome. But I don't know if maybe they're going to restrict it to just one account. That's what I'm thinking. Like, if they do, I get it. It makes sense. It would. I feel like, as you said, like it would make a ton of sense if you could merge accounts into one, as you said, with a QR code. Hey, have you got this on your phone? turn on Pokemon Champions on your Switch, merge account, QR code, take the picture, connects, boom, easy peasy lemon squeezy. You can still transfer Pokemon like on your Switch game, and then it will update it onto your phone, or you can just do it directly from your phone, and then both like, you know, the accounts on both like devices will like, you know, connect, and it will save and it will be updated. I feel that's the more common sense strategy with that. Because, you know, it makes sense. It makes sense because having two separate accounts just defeats any purpose, really. I mean, it's like, I think it would be a silly thing to do if that was the case. I would most probably think merging them together would be 100% great. And you know, because let's say James, you're at work, or you know, you're on a lunch break. You can't bring your Switch to work. I don't know if you can or not. But just say,
fucking play it.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, you have your phone, so you're just like, you know, turn on Pokemon Champions. You know, you have your account already linked and merged with your account on the Switch. Boom, you can just continue where you left off. Play a cheeky game, easy peasy, and then you're done with that game. Like, right, time to go back to work, and then you're back to work. And then it's a case of either, you know, you're very happy, and you know the time flies by for your last half of work because you want to fight, or time goes by very slow and you're grumpy because you got absolutely annihilated on your lunch break.
I like the fact your whole work day comes across of how bad or great you were at Pokemon. Can you imagine that going there? Johnson, where are those things I asked for 2 hours ago? You said you have them on my desk by 1. Sir, I just got hit by a Kyogre. Leave me alone. I got killed. My God, got killed by a fucking rat.
And then your boss is like, "Huh, that's funny. I actually beat someone with rat. Yeah, you! It's you!"
Johnson, you can stay behind after work. Why? Because you suck!
And then your boss just does the DX suck it.
Boom! Boom! And instantly Johnson goes, ha ha ha, that was hilarious. And then goes on LinkedIn to find a new job.
Yeah. So what? So you have all these good qualifications. Well, definitely, you know, we are actually interested in hiring you. We just want to know, why are you leaving your current job? Because my boss beat me on Pokemon and he's a dick about it.
Yeah, the interviews there going, you lost a Pokemon game with him. Yes. What did you use? I had a god and he had a Rattata. So basically what you're telling us is that your god lost to a rat. Yes. Yeah, I don't think we can have someone who feels that just because they have God on their side means they can defeat Pokemon. Yeah, that doesn't sound like someone we would like at this company. Yeah. Fucking dust to a rat. Turns out, I just found out that's actually true. A Rattata, a level 1 Rattata, can be a level 100 Arceus.
How? That's what I want to know.
Someone's actually proved this theory, and what they've done is they've had a Rattata, level 1, that has, I think, Endure, or a... I forgot what the move's called, but essentially what it happens is, if you get hit first, you basically repay the same amount of damage to them.
Oh my god.
And also quick attack. And if you make it hold a focus sash, then what happens is the Arceus will basically attack the Rattata. It goes down to 1 HP, but because it's got that focus sash, it stays alive. Rattata's next move basically puts Arceus down to 1 because that's the HP it's currently on as well. So basically shares the pain and goes, you get me down to 1, I get you down to 1. Next move, quick attack, always goes first, regardless of what Pokemon it is. Boom! You just level 1 Rash has taken down that level 100 god.
Pokemon. What a wild franchise.
All I'm saying is, youngster Joey is probably looking at this going, write that down, I'm writing that down, I'm writing that down.
Youngster Joey.
My team of Ratatas will win the league at last.
Finally. It's like 10-year-old youngster Joey, like, finally, it's taken me almost 30 years.
Finally, my Rattata will win the Pokemon League.
Joey, it's time for dinner. Okay, Mom.
Yes, Mom.
Yes, Mom. And then you got to go to bed. Okay, but tomorrow I will beat God.
Tomorrow I will beat God once more.
That's absolutely insane.
We're probably gonna get comments now of this and go, actually, it's this move. So clearly you don't know Pokemon so well. No, I do not.
No, we are in our mid-30s. We have not played Pokemon in a goddamn long time, and
we have jobs.
We have lives. Just kidding. By the way.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
No, we don't. Do I have a life? Do I? Fuck.
Andy, all I'm saying is we've started a podcast. The first we're talking about is Pokemon. Let's face it, we do not have lives.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I'm so lonely, James. God.
Anyway, though, so the whole Pokemon thing, though, there was one thing I was disappointed with. Although I am hoping that it's because of the year that I'm gonna let it slide.
Okay.
But Pokemon, like all the first games, so like Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, like all the way up to see like Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald.
Mm-hmm.
Why are they still not released a mega collection of it?
Yeah, like I know we've talked about it. Like when I was back in the UK, we talked about it, and like, yeah, I'll let you take the floor on this, but I agree. Like they should, because that's like printing money for them, pretty much.
So there was this little thing that came up on 4chan that said that there was a rumor, and it was something called Pokemon Reminiscence or sort of thing. And essentially what it was is they will release 2 games, like Pokemon normally does. But on one side of the game, on one side you have Pokemon Red, Pokemon Gold, Pokemon Ruby. And on the other half you have Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Silver, and Pokemon Sapphire. And then what you can get at the mix between them is Emerald, Gold, Emerald, Crystal, and Yellow. Mm-hmm. Or both of them would have, like, both sets would have Yellow, Red, all that stuff. What you do is basically release them both concurrently. And then that's when you could have, like, online play and all of that. Because the amount of times I want to replay Pokemon on like a Switch system, because me and my wife, we both love Pokemon. We love playing it on like Nintendo Switch. We both got we both bought old Nintendo like Game Boys and Game Boy Advances just so we could play Pokemon Gold and Silver. But we never got a chance to find the link cable to actually connect them to play, which I thought was really irritating, and I can't transfer my Pokemon from there all the way over to Pokemon Home, for example. So what they're missing out is a great chance to be able to bring that all full circle. And I think one thing it is, maybe it's because Pokemon's 29th year anniversary. Makes sense, it'll be a weird time to release it. I'm giving Pokemon one more year. 30 years since it's been released. This is the perfect opportunity to bring them out at long last. Have them as Gold, Silver, like all the classics. Even if it's like for the first 4 games, for example, have the old classic systems like that. Have them have the opportunity to have randomizers, to have Nuzlocke rules, to have all this other stuff that have made Pokemon so like continued on, in like franchise and all of that. But they've got to release it for the 30th anniversary. And it was one thing, because I was really disappointed, because I really wanted them to release something like that, but they just haven't. And I'm hoping it's because they're going to save that for the 30th anniversary. Because what brilliant, perfect way would that be to release after 30 years of Pokemon being on the main stage, of being pretty much a household name, to bring it back to everybody to say, thank you very much for the 30 years. We're going to take you back to what happened 30 years ago. You're going to play the games that pretty much made Pokemon as it was. And with online play, you can have all of this stuff. And also, you can connect it to Pokemon Home. And you'll be able to transfer Pokemon across. Because I would love the idea of bringing back my Charizard from Pokemon Red, my Lugia from Pokemon Silver, and my Kyogre from Pokemon Sapphire, and bring them over and bring them back to where they should be, which is they should be following me on every single generation that I play Pokemon. But because there was no connections between the two at that stage, I wasn't able to. So it's basically been left in the dust. But I want to be able to bring them back and bring them to their proper place, which is by my side.
I agree. I think, as you said, like maybe it might be a thing. They might be in development and they'll probably announce it next year for the 30th anniversary. That would make a ton of sense if they did that, 100%. I think if they did that, like, trust me, like lots of people, even people that haven't played Pokemon for years, I would say will probably get back into it because it's their childhood. So, and yeah, I agree as well. Having the online play where you can battle people in the while playing on the collection, you can trade Pokemon as well, and then also, as I said, connect it to Pokemon Home because then you can, like, say, connect it to Pokemon Home, add it to Pokemon Champions. Bada bing, bada boom. You've got all your Pokemon like on your classic games and on your modern game or Pokemon Champions. You can use your Pokemon everywhere, and not just or connect. For Pokemon Champions, you can connect it to your Pokemon collection. You have you have like Pokemon Home in the Pokemon collection section, so you can like transfer it. You can transfer any of your Pokemon to your other games in the collection if you wanted to. So you could bring Charizard like from red, blue, or yellow to silver, gold, or crystal, or ruby, sapphire, emerald. And then, there's also an extra feature in the Pokemon Home section in the collection game where you can then transfer it to actual Pokemon Home. And then, you can add it to Scarlet Violet, you can add it to Champions. The possibilities are endless. And I feel like, that they're slowly adding all the new generations, slowly adding all the generations or remaking them pretty much. And then, all those Pokemon can then get added onto Pokemon Home. All they got to do, because they've now done Diamond and Pearl, X and Y. I don't know if because it was an old 3DS game. I don't know if that can connect to Pokemon Home or not. Maybe it can. I'm not sure. But with now the 3DS being discontinued and the Nintendo Network's gone for that. I don't know if that can do that or not. But if you were to say, you got Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, X, Y, the 3DS Pokemon games, if you add those to Switch or maybe the Switch 2, then pretty much, and you add Red, like the original original Pokemon games, Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, Crystal, Emerald, Ruby and Sapphire, you add those together as a collection, and then you do like a remaster of the 3DS games onto the Switch 2, you've pretty much got every single Pokemon generation that is in your fingertips. You can then transfer every single Pokemon that you have in all those games to Pokemon Home, and you can take them anywhere you want. You can put them in any other game. Probably not the originals. Wouldn't that be funny if... Wouldn't that be funny if you got Arceus in freaking Pokemon Red? I'd be like, whoa.
Hey, Professor Rogue, was that 151 Pokemon? Well, I've had 152. Here's God.
Yeah, here's God. It's just like, Oak's just like, freaking out. But, if you could do that, my God, what a game changer that would be if they could include that. But pretty much you would have every single Pokemon in at your disposal, like that you can catch, add it to Pokemon Home, and you can play it in Scarlet Violet, or you can add it on Pokemon Champions. And then pretty much you've got like a whole collection of Pokemon that you can use for Champions. That would just be amazing. That would be absolutely tremendous. If, it's like... you can never be too sure when it comes to Nintendo and Pokemon. You can never be too sure. Will they do that? Probably not. But, I mean, if they do, what a nice surprise.
This would be, like I said, this year makes sense. It's the 29th anniversary. You don't want to bring something big because it's 29 years old.
Mm-hmm.
But next year, that's the big one. The big 3-0.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the absolute perfect time. Because people who grew up on those Pokemon games, they've now got their own kids. They now have taught them, like, here's what Pokemon got, wherever they started, but here's the OG. This is where we do. This is what we had to deal with. This isn't anything like your Pokemon games, where you meet up with your rival after getting out of a cave. He or they heal your Pokemon up, and then have a nice battle, and they're going, oh, well, fantastic, well done for winning. I'm so proud of you. No, I want a Gary Mother Oak to basically catch me as I'm coming out of a cave, completely dead from being attacked by Team Rocket and Zubats going, oh, what's that? You're almost dead? Well, fight me! Let's see who the best one is. This isn't like normal Pokemon. You are here to... this is hardcore mode.
That is true. Gary would never heal your Pokemon. You're like, what's that? You've only got, like, 2 Pokemon left in your team because the cave was hard. Ha! What a wuss! Fight me! It's like, oh,
what's that? You want me to heal your Pokemon? Well, welcome to the real world. Go, Charizard.
Yeah. Welcome to the real world.
Hang on, how do you have a Charizard? We've only got one badge. That sounds like a you problem. And speaking of you, Charizard, use Fire Blast.
God, see, the younger generation, them Gen Zs and Gen Alphas, they don't understand the pain that we had when we played Pokemon when it first came out.
No,
the old man yelling at Cloud.
No, get them Pokemon Green, give them Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow. Let them sweat.
Oh yeah, 100%. You want a challenge? Play the originals. Then you'll have a challenge.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for the Pokemon side of things. Unless there's anything else you want to add, mate?
No, I think everything you said is interesting. You know, I mean, there is a few like games like the cafe game I've heard of. I've not played myself. I am curious to give it a go, like just to see how it is. But yeah, Champions took me by surprise. ZA looks great. The new things for Unite looks interesting. So all in all, I think it's a pretty decent showcase actually for Pokemon Presents. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what comes out more in the coming months.
And here's God once more. Bow down to your Pokemon God.
You are never going to let that down, aren't you? You're just going to keep talking about it.
Oh no, I'm very happy. I'm a very happy man.
I'm a very happy 35-year-old man because I have God.
I have God on my side now. Your argument isn't valid.
Yeah. Oh, Christ. Well, from moving on from Pokemon, we are jumping straight in to some Xbox news right now. As we have Microsoft Xbox, it's been going into a bit of an interesting turn when it comes to how they're doing in terms of consoles and games and software. As we all know, Xbox Game Pass is a huge hit, with many people. So much so that it's not just on Xbox. It's not only on Xbox consoles. You can actually play Xbox Game Pass games on your PC. So it is slowly it's Xbox PC, but it seems to me, it seems to a load of people reading the articles that it's coming out to it's becoming more multi-platform. There are talks of Xbox, Microsoft bringing in their first-party titles onto other consoles. For example, the PlayStation 5. Could we see Halo? We have Halo on PC. Which, I never thought would happen. You can be able to buy the Master Chief Collection on Steam, as well as the latest Halo game. But yeah, it's looking to be like, as I'm reading an article from IGN, it says Microsoft, you might have noticed, now flags that its games are coming to rival platforms during Xbox showcases. It's something we've seen in recent months as part of the company's multi-platform video game push. For example, the recent Xbox Developer Direct included PlayStation 5 alongside Xbox Series X and S, PC, and Game Pass at the end of the Ninja Gaiden 4, Doom the Dark Ages, and Claire Obscure Expedition 33 segments. As recently as Microsoft's June 2024 showcase, that wasn't the case. Their Doom the Dark Ages was announced for the PlayStation 5 immediately after the Xbox event, so that wasn't the case then. Although subsequent individual trailers did feature the PS5 logo. BioWare's Dragon Age, the Veilguard, was down as coming to the Xbox Series X and S and PC, skipping the PS5 version. It was the same for Diablo 4 expansion, Vessel of Hatred, and Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed showcases. So it's kind of like we're slowly getting into a thing now where, you know, Microsoft is showing the logos of their rivals. And somebody, what was it? I saw another news article as well. This is from Video Games Chronicle. Xbox multi-platform plan can succeed like Sega, says former PlayStation boss. So are we seeing, maybe down the line, maybe not this year, maybe not in a couple years, maybe not, maybe like in 5 years or so, sometime down the line in the next, say, maybe 5 to 10 years, can we see Xbox pulling a Sega, as in it was in the console race, it was working on hardware, but is it now going to mainly focus on software and keeping the Xbox Game Pass as a software-only thing where they, can Xbox Game Pass maybe be Steam in a way with all the games and their first-party titles? Will we see Xbox mainly putting their first-party titles on PlayStation, on Nintendo, on PC, Steam, or GOG, or wherever they want to put? Can we see a next-gen Sega? James, what are your thoughts on this? Because I know, like, you're more of a Nintendo PlayStation player. I don't know if you've ever owned a Xbox console, but for you, mainly as PlayStation, what are your thoughts on this?
Firstly, does anyone actually properly care about the console wars anymore? No.
No, not
Nobody
really.
gives... No, exactly. Nobody gives a shit about them anymore. Because what is the actual point of a console war? At the end of the day, Xbox and PlayStation have released so many games previously that have blown games out of the water. The Xbox, as you said, have had Halo. The PlayStation has had Crash Bandicoot. All that sort of eras. I know, way completely different genres and completely different years. But the effect is the same. I used to have an Xbox 360, and the only reason I bought the Xbox 360 was because the Ace Combat game was on it. Generally, that was the only reason why I went that over the PlayStation 3, is because Xbox won the rights to Ace Combat. I played it, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. But then there were games on the PlayStation that I missed out on, unless I got another console. And in the nicest way possible, in this day and age, it's one or the other. You can't afford both major Xbox and PlayStation consoles because they're just too damn expensive. And who's got the bloody time to play for both games? It makes no sense. I can kind of see multi-platforming plan like Microsoft. I think this is a great thing. Why have version exclusive? What is the point of version exclusivity? Because at the end of the day, people will say, oh, well, that means we can play this game only, but that means it's just ours. It's just ours. Okay, fantastic. I'm going to go play this game instead because I don't give a shit. Because I'm not paying for two consoles. So I'm going to go here and play my PS5. See ya. And that's it. Whereas the majority of games now, it's all about trying to sell the brand and selling the amount of gaming copies that you can get. If you have it on one console, yes, you make it a version exclusive. Maybe you may make people decide, oh, well, I only want to get this console because this game is on it. But then you get the game, and then what happens after that? You're stuck with a console. Maybe a console you didn't even want to begin with. PS5 and Xbox ones are essentially now getting to the stage where they are so... They're not really going into... They're more going into like the hardware side of things as well, which is what I find. As in, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox, when they were both released, the brand new ones, all they could talk about was, oh, look how brilliant our new graphics system is. This is amazing graphics. Look at the graphics. Look at the graphics. And there's Nintendo on the other side of the building going, hi, we made a console. You can unclip it and two people can play the same at the exact same time without needing to buy another console. And everybody flooded to the Switch because it was awesome. Whereas the Xbox and the PlayStation, you now need an actual proper, always need network connectivity to play it. Great when you're here. When you're out in the world somewhere, like what I do in my job, having internet connectivity means fuck all. But the other thing I just don't like is the fact that why do you need to settle for two when you can sell both of your copies on both consoles and make even more ton money? Because having a version exclusive at the end of the day means nothing. It means you live or die by your console, not because you like your games or because you want to share to the rest of the world. And I think that we're reaching a new breaking point because with Xbox and PlayStation now doing this, I think this is sort of the easing of tensions on this console, on the whole attribute of the console war. Because Microsoft owns Steam. So really, the main four really you've got is Xbox, Steam, PlayStation, and Switch. And Microsoft's got pretty much two fingers in both pies at the moment. So they're pretty much working on half of it anyway. So what are they going to be scared about?
Well, now you got me curious, because is that true that Microsoft owns Steam? Like, I had no idea.
I might be right. But, I might be wrong, but...
Let's see. I'm just double checking.
Oh, no, it's Valve Corporation. My bad.
Yeah. I was just double checking. I was like, hang on a minute. It was just like the Johnny Gioeli, like, Sega Crush 40 lawsuit. I was like, wait a minute. It's happening again. I didn't know about this.
Okay, fair enough.
Steam isn't changing anytime soon. No. Like, Steam is owned by Valve, which, is like Valve created Steam pretty much. So
yeah, but what's Steam held on though? Mostly, it's Windows. And who owns Windows? It's Microsoft, who pretty much have Xbox.
Yes, yeah, pretty much. So Microsoft. Yeah, it's got, like, especially with Game Pass, it is a huge, like I'm trying to get the words out now. It's just huge. It's like people flock to it. You can buy you get, like, you pay, like, what is it, $15 a month or something like that, and you have access to so many games, and you don't have to play it on a console. You can play it on your PC, which is incredible. And yeah, as you said as well, I think back in, like, say, the late 2000s, when we had, like, the PS3 and Xbox, yes, you had, like, there were titles that were only available for one of those consoles. You had Halo only for Xbox. You've had Ratchet and Clank only for PlayStation, for example. And I think back then, it was kind of a thing where, people only picked one console because they liked that console and liked those games, or if they were able to, buy both consoles. And in this day and age, as you said, who has time to play so, like, all these, like, exclusive games on both consoles? And I think in this day and age, like, people, it is funny with, like, I think it's like our generation when it's just like, oh, the console wars are coming back. Oh yeah, we got the PS5 and the Xbox. Oh, it's happening. It's like, but really, do we really need another console war? No. The only time we're probably going to get another console war is when Nintendo comes in. Like, maybe the Switch 2 is going to be maybe the same graphically and, has maybe similar sort of specs to, like, the PS5 or the Xbox Series X. Probably not, but, I feel like a console war would happen when Nintendo comes back with like a hard hitting. Like, I'm not saying that the Switch 2 is not going to be a hard hitting console. It probably is going to be it's going to be great. I think it's going to be great, but in the sense of like if they make like a console that rivals like PlayStation, that rivals Xbox in terms of like the specs. Once they have that, then I feel like we're going to have a new console war, because Nintendo at the moment is just coasting, I feel, in a good way. Feel like they're coasting because they're just like, we're going to try all these experiments, and we're going to, and they're able to do these experiments. Even if they're at a loss, they're still able to pick themselves back up and work on new things, which is amazing. So they're just doing it for like, like for the fun, for the story, for the family fun, and that's great, because we sometimes you don't want, like, say, which I'm looking at right now, like the PS5 with like the intense like graphics and realism and all that. It's like, yeah, but if you have games where the story's crap or the gameplay's crap or the mechanics are crap, I'm not going to play it. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter how gorgeous it looks. I want to make sure that I'm able to fully enjoy myself. If I can play a game that, yes, the graphics are good, but the gameplay's amazing, the story's fantastic, I can get fully immersed in it, you've got me. It doesn't matter about the graphics. As long as the story gets me and I'm immersed, you have got me 100%. And I am going to be diving straight into that game. So, yeah, it's like, will we see another console wars? Probably, maybe in the future, if Nintendo, tries to, challenge Sony. Because that, I feel like, coming down to it, Xbox, Microsoft, they're gonna, I think honestly, Microsoft, making Xbox just a software only company, having Xbox Game Pass as like Steam, I think would be a tremendous thing for them to do. Yeah, I know, like, some people I think might not like the idea, because there's going to be hardcore Xbox like fans that have got it since day one when the Xbox came out, all the way to the 360. It's going to be sad for them. And will they? I don't think any Xbox fans are going to be jumping onto PlayStation. I think if Xbox becomes software only, they're gonna stick to PC. Like that. That's it. They, like, you think, if Sony thinks they're gonna be pulling in like Xbox fans when Xbox decides to cut off making hardware and only going software, they think, oh, we're gonna make so much more money as we get more. No, you'll probably get a little bit, but the majority of Xbox fans are gonna go straight to PC. They will not touch a PlayStation. That's how hardcore, like, and it's fine, which is cool. And yeah, and if you have Microsoft making Xbox Game Pass as, PC only, make it just like Steam, still make your games, and the thing you could do is it's like, yeah, if you have Xbox Game Pass, hey, we've made a brand new Halo game. Do you want to play it, like, straight away? Get the Xbox Game Pass, pay $15 a month. You get a brand new AAA title, literally for free, because you're only paying $15 a month, versus if you're buying the actual game, which might be like $80-$90 or 50-60 quid. And like, if the people don't have Xbox Game Pass but they have Steam or PlayStation, then it's like, yeah, you can have this game. Oh, but you actually got to pay full price for it. There'll be multi-platform where you can actually like play the game online with people on PC, Steam, PlayStation 5, and PC Xbox Game Pass. But the people on PS5 and Steam will have to pay like full price. Whereas people on Xbox Game Pass, you can just have it straight away for $15 a month.
Yeah, I can see a lot of complaints with that one, though, because there'll be a case of, well, why should I be paying X amount of money when this console here does it, even though it gives me the exact same game? Just because it's on a different console shouldn't mean I have to pay extra. But I think you're right with the PC as well. The PC is going to be sticking around, as in, what I mean by that is essentially, look at it this way. If a brand new graphics card, the Xbox and the PlayStation, they could come up with the best graphics card of all time at that stage. And then they're pretty much top dogs for a good 2-3 years. The PC then decides to get its own graphics card. And there we go. People can then buy a new graphics card, implement it, and then they can now play the best games. 5 years' time, what happens after that? The PC has now got a brand new graphics card. Ah, fantastic. The PC gamers will go, get it changed, bring in a new one, and they'll start playing. But the Xbox and PlayStation fans, they're not going to be able to do that because the hardware is like pretty much built in. So they won't be able to get this brand new graphics card. And like you were showing as well, the emphasis on graphics, I don't need to know just how perfect that blade of grass is. If your story is rubbish, you're gonna lose me in the first 5 minutes. I'm not gonna give a crap about it unless that blade of grass is part of the actual storyline itself. I'm not gonna care about it.
Could you imagine part of the storyline, walking a pale of grass? Ow, you seem to have trodden on me. Ah, hello, adventurer. I need you to do a quest for me. It's like, you're just a pile of grass.
I don't know, that would never happen. You would be a case of, oh, you stood at me. Hello, adventurer. Ah, kill it!
Kill it! and then your evil rating goes straight. Like, wait,
Yeah.
what?
What'd I do?
What'd I do?
But I mean, what was it? Baldur's Gate, for example. Baldur's Gate 3.
Yes.
That will live on pretty much for the rest of time now as one of the best games of all times. Because of its story. The graphics could change and it could update itself in the future. But unless your story really captures it, like Baldur's Gate 3 does, no one's going to go to play it. And this is what the Xbox and the PlayStation need to understand as well, is that once you build your hardware, it's already obsolete. To the point when you've released it, something else has already brought it up that's 100 times better. So unless you bring out a new console every single year, there's not much point in the console wars being like gonna be great about which is better, Xbox and PlayStation. Because at that time, you're both obsolete. No one cares about you. What I also think as well is that the multi-platform experience would be even more of a reason. Can you imagine if people do care about like, oh, Xbox is better or PlayStation is better? How do we solve this? Okay, let's go onto the same game and fight it out. And then we'll be able to know who's got the better controller, or who's got the better console, who's got the better graphics card that allows you to see 1/10 of a fucking grass blade that lets you know where the enemy's hiding or some rubbish like that. No one's going to care about that. All they'll care about is the fact that we can play with each other and no one gets a fear of missing out as well. So I don't have to worry about, well, I'd love to play that game because it looks amazing. The story looks like it's going to be one of the best things ever. But I can't because it's not on my console. Oh well, shame. I'll go on to this. I'll just keep playing my games. Like the Nintendo games, for example. Nintendo games are really well done to the point like Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, for example, and the Tears of the Kingdom. Absolutely blew out of proportions just what it was. But PlayStation and Xbox won't ever get the chance to play that. But I don't hear anyone complaining about that. It's only when PlayStation and Xbox start talking. They're like, I want this, but I can't have it. Well, I want this too, but I can't have it either. And there's Nintendo in the background just going, hey guys, we've got some good games over here. Oh, you can stay out of this. Alright. We'll just keep playing some games and we'll keep updating this. And you were saying as well with Nintendo, they can go all out because they're not caring about how massive the graphics cards are or how expensive the PlayStation console has or the consoles have to be. They are more a case of going, what can we make different about this console from any other console? Let's put 2 controllers on it and let's put multiplayer on it straight away from the get-go. If you want to play Mario Kart, you've got 2 controllers right there and there because we know, and we're good with our target audience, this is how it works. Bob, you're a genius. Let's do that. And you were saying, if it fails, it fails. But for the Xbox and the PlayStation community, if their console fails, you hear it from everyone that says, your console has failed. Ha 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 ha. My console is the best. Ha 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 ha. And there's the PC gamers in the background just going, what are they talking about? What's that? We got the games on both of you guys over here. And you can update, and we can do everything. We can update stuff. We can play everything you've got there. Oh, but you're not involved in this. I kind of think I am.
It's just like, you're still on 1080p. You can play this game in 4K if you have a PC.
Exactly. But yet, no one brings it. But yet, then again, no one brings that up, though. All they bring up is the fact is between Xbox and PlayStation, where it's like, how to put this? In football, let's put this in UK football terms. It's Manchester United having a go at Arsenal, saying, we're the better team. No, we're the better team. No, we're the better team. Not realising Man City have fucking gone all the way over there and left you guys in the dirt, as well as Liverpool. And they're saying, I'm the best.
You hated saying that, didn't you? I could tell by looking at you, you're just like, grit. It's like, you really didn't want to say that.
It's been a tough 12 years, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Well, join the club, mate.
That's the same for you.
You see this? League One champions from last year. We're slowly getting back from the pits of hell.
But
we're slowly
again,
getting back.
This is again like you in Southampton. It's a case of, we're the best team. No, we're the best team. No, we're the best team. No, we're the best team. And you've got like every other team in the Premier League going up there going, hi, we're going to be over here if you need us. You know, at the top bar. You have fun with relegation. See ya.
Yeah.
See you later. No, we're the best team.
We're the best team.
Nobody cares about you two.
Hey, come on. Some people do. Some people care.
No, in the nicest way possible. What I mean by that, not that Palter, Southampton, Arsenal, Man United, Liverpool, and say whatever. What I mean by that is essentially nobody cares about what you say. You're both playing if you both play the same game, everybody wins.
Play the same game. I mean, I get it in terms of console sense. You try to say that to a Pompey and Southampton fan, you get decked and get told to. You won't get killed. You just get freaking knocked out and get told to piss off, and then they'll be back having a scrap.
Exactly. That's why I keep myself far away from that conversation.
Yeah, fair enough.
I just pop my head in and go, oh, by the way, this, that, and that. As you were.
And then that just causes the fight even more.
Yeah.
So you're pretty much a shit disturber, aren't you?
I don't mean to be. It's just funny.
It's just, yeah, I don't mean to be. It's just gives me joy. But
for me, yeah, I can see where Microsoft are coming from about needing a multi-platform one, and I think this is a good way going forward. And eventually, PlayStation will probably do the same thing and say, "All right, we'll bring our stuff over to the Xbox side of things." Because at the end of the day, it shouldn't be just for us. It should be for the gamers. The gamers are the ones who want to play it. We can't make them fork out £700, £800 for an extra console to play a game that they might not even like. So let's put it on both consoles. Let's get everybody enjoying it. And at the end of the day, instead of having one console that makes all the money, put it on both consoles and you make a shitload of money from both of them.
I agree. I feel like, in a way, like, I think Xbox is, if they go down, when they go down more into the multi-platform route and they just stick to, I mean, if they decide to keep working on hardware, fair enough. If they want to keep, a majority of the fan base happy by still making Xbox console, because let's just say this. Maybe loads of people are not able to afford a top tier PC. And 5 years down the line, they might not be able to afford like the latest graphics card. That's absolutely fine. So the best way in order to play, the high end games is to get the latest console because it has the higher end specs and they could be able to play that. And maybe Xbox decides to stay in the hardware race because it helps. It's for people that, are not able. Let's just say, for example, like, they keep doing the hardware race, but they reduce the price of their consoles. Not make it like $700, $800, $900, $1,000 because then that's just, bloody extortionate. But keep it at a decent price, maybe like say $300, $400. You'll get loads of people buying the console. For those people that are, if they can't afford the higher end like PCs that are like, in the thousands, especially the updated GPUs, which are like in the coming up to the affair, like $500 to $900. You know, you give them a console where they can be able to just have, you know, the Xbox Game Pass, and they can be able to play the games and, you know, the AAA titles that, you know, Microsoft make. Yeah, they'll be happy. They'll be happy with that. And on top of that, as you said, forget the console wars anymore. Xbox decides to give Halo, you know, open up Halo for PlayStation. Like PlayStation players can play Halo. And you have the cross-platform as well, with players that are jumping in on PlayStation, PC, and Xbox. And you're right, you know, they'll make maybe not double the money, but they will increase their profit if they put their, you know, their exclusive games that were meant for Xbox onto other platforms. They'll make more money. More people will jump on and buy it. And it's just a case of like, you know, when we're not going to do the console wars anymore because, you know, we're going to put our stuff on PlayStation. But that just means it's a win-win for Microsoft and Xbox because they're making more money. Will PlayStation do the same? Probably not, because they're very stubborn. But, you know, maybe in the future, maybe Sony might do that. They'll you know, they'll allow their like exclusive titles. I mean, they've done it for Steam, so it's a slow progress. Will we see it on Xbox? Probably maybe not until maybe like 5-10 years down the line when they realize. I wonder if Xbox is going to do the multi-platform, add their exclusive AAA titles onto PlayStation, see how the profits go. If they make more money, then they'll continue doing it. Sony will probably look into that and see how it works. And if it works for Microsoft, they'll probably then slowly do the same in releasing more games, like releasing their titles to Xbox, if Xbox continues on making hardware, making consoles. If they don't, then that's fine, you know, because they've still got PC, they've still got Steam. You know, they're probably making a ton of money adding their games onto Steam, which is great. But if Xbox is still making consoles, maybe it might also be a better option for them, PlayStation, to add their games onto Xbox as well. You know, like... And yeah, the console wars would be obsolete by then. But, you know, at the end of the day, it would be a win-win, not just for the companies. It would be a win-win for the players, especially with them being able to play all the games on one of the consoles that they enjoy. And as well as with the FOMO, the fear of missing out, especially if you add cross-platforming. Because let's say you have PlayStation, I have Xbox, for example. We have bought both the same game and we want to play it. We like back then we couldn't because I had it on 360, you had it on PlayStation, so we couldn't connect online. This day and age, we can. The FOMO, fear of missing out, would be completely gone, and everyone would be happy. That's how I feel on that.
Or what you could do is, if Xbox are going to release these, say, like Halo, for example, they're going to release Halo onto the PlayStation Network. Let them have it. But they'll say, okay, fine, we'll give you Halo. We'll let you have Halo, this Master Chief Collection, we'll let you have it. But we want at least a profit of we want at least a cut of those profits. Because at the end of the day, we're the ones who created it. We're the ones who have, we've done a lot of hard work into this. We want your team to enjoy this, but we want some reward out of this as well. So, do this, we'll take some of the profit off you. All of a sudden, let's say they say, this is a way big example. I'm not saying exaggerating it. I'm going to exaggerate this. Let's say they say, I'm going to take 10 every copy of Master Chief, Halo the Master Chief Collection you sell, we get 10% of the profits. Okay, fine. Within 10 people buying that game, they've already made their money back on just that one game, and so on and so on and so on and so on and so on. So they're actually gaining more money by doing that, by selling it. If they said, we'll give it to you, but we'll take a cut of your profits for it. PlayStation might probably say, nah, no thanks. But then they can do the exact same thing to Xbox. Go, okay, fine. You're going to do that. We're going to release you one of our games. However, we want a cut of your profits because of this. And all of a sudden, this whole fear of missing out no longer exists because they're both releasing the titles. They're getting the money of their own consoles, but they're also getting a wee bit of money from the other console to say that that's just why we're giving it to you. So in a situation like that, that would be a win-win situation, I'd feel. Yeah. I might be wrong. I don't know the economy. I don't know economics or like that very, very well. I'm just throwing it out there as an idea. That's it.
Oh, it's just you throw ideas on the wall and you hope things stick. And I don't know. I mean, it's kind of nice to see Xbox, being very open about this and, just seeing how things pan out. PlayStation being stubborn. I mean, will we see that happen? Maybe in 5-10 years. Who knows? It just depends when we get the changing of the guard, so to say. When we get like a new CEO and new directors who maybe might be more on board with it, then we might see it happen. But we just have to wait and see. We just have to wait and see how things go on that. Final thoughts, James, on that with Xbox being on multi-platform?
I think it's a great idea. I feel this is going to be, that may be the stepping stone in the future to what PlayStation or even what Nintendo might even do as well, to start releasing their games out onto the different ones. The console war is no longer a thing, I would say, because of the amounts of money going into these consoles. Go out, give everybody the chance to not miss out on playing their favorite games just because it's on one console and not the other. Because at the end of the day, nobody in their right mind can believe gamers can afford 2 different consoles at the same time. Just put it on both, give everyone the opportunity to play it, and at the end of the day, if people love your games, they will go out and buy it.
I agree. And yeah, I think you took the words right out of my mouth on there. I just want to say, if Xbox decides to pull a Sega in a way and just mainly focus on software, that's okay. Have an Xbox Game Pass PC, like application like Steam, where if you pay a monthly subscription, you get all these games, you get first dibs on the AAA titles, the exclusive AAA titles, and then eventually down the line, if they add it to Steam and PS5 or PS6, maybe down the line, those people will have to pay full price for it. But if you have the Xbox Game Pass on PC, $15 a month, you get the game. I feel like it is probably a good idea. I think, it's probably going to be like some teething problems maybe, because, anything new like that, it's big, it's huge. You just don't know how the people are going to react. I would suggest maybe if they decided to stay in the hardware with making consoles, make your consoles, make it reasonably priced so, people that can't afford a PC, a high-end PC or, the next generation of GPUs, be able to have the console, and then they have Xbox Game Pass. They can be able to play the games that they want, especially the, the big AAA titles. So then, they can still be able to play those games. And then as well, you add them onto PC, Steam, you add it to like PlayStation, they'll make more money, as you say, like they take a cut if they can agree with Sony in that, and it's vice versa with Sony adding their games on PlayStation on Xbox as well, take a cut. The profits go up, people are more happy because they're playing the games that they want to play, and they can be able to, if it has online capabilities, they can be able to play that with many other people around the world on different consoles. The cross-platforming would be huge, and I think it would be a win-win, not just for Xbox, but for, Sony as well. And as I said, the only time I feel like when we would have probably another console wars would be when Nintendo, comes up with a console that challenges PlayStation and Xbox. I think that's going to be the only time when we see another generation of console wars.
Yeah, I agree with that. Mate. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is our roundup of our impressions with regards to the Xbox deciding to go multi-platform and maybe even joining Sega in doing over with that. So we're going to come on to one of our final topics now, and this is the big one for Andy, as I definitely know, because he's been very excited about this one. It is, of course, our first impressions of the brand new game, Sonic Racing Crossworlds. So for those of you who don't know, Sonic Racing is a brand new game coming off on the Sega All-Stars Racing and the Sonic Racing games. They just did a closed network tests, and Andy was very, very lucky to be one of the very few people who actually got to try it out and have a look at Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Crossworlds, sorry, not Crossword. That'd be weird. Sonic
Crosswords.
just goes
Stop racing crosswords. It's like,
He's racing crosswords. One 5 across, 1 6 ground, 1 6 7. I need 7 down.
I win. God, that would be an intense game, actually. Sega,
would be very
Sega, we need a Sonic Racing Crosswords game. Make it happen.
Supersonic, because all the crosses start unlooking the letters and everything. That'd be brilliant.
That would be great.
Well, we come up with some random roads, but I'll tell you what, some of them aren't half bad.
I know. I mean, I'm still interested in the Wallace and Gromit cameo for Pokemon. I want that to happen. That'd be great.
That would be so good. But so for me personally, I've never actually played any of the Sonic Racing games, and I know this may be a big shock to everyone, including Andy. I generally have not seen the point of it. My only thought with that is Sonic can run faster than the speed of light and speed of sound, and he has to be in a race car. He can literally win every race by going, hey, you know what? Fuck this. Jumps out of his car and runs for it, and he will win every single race. Why they have to resort him to put him into a car, I have no idea, but that's my own personal opinion. Also, big Nintendo fan, much prefer Mario Kart, but then again, like I said, never played Sonic Racing, so I don't have the combination to say which is which. However, luckily, Andy has several experiences with both, including Sonic Racing. So, Andy, you're going to be opening up the floor to this one yourself, so tell us, in your own words, what did you think of your first impressions of Sonic Racing Crossworlds? And more importantly, if you could have any racing circuit from the Sonic universe in it, what would it be and why? Over to you.
Thank you, sir. I loved it. I thought it was great. Being able to try it out. There was a few courses that were already included. We had Metal Harbor. That was cool. Being able to see that. We also had a museum level. We had an E-Stadium, which is kind of like Mario Kart Stadium in a Mario Kart 8. Had that similar style. We had a level called Rainbow Garden. I think it was also Water Palace we had. So we had quite a few selections on there. The style of the game, it was very arcadey. So picture this. You know, like the Mario Kart arcade games that were made by Namco that has Pac-Man and stuff, and you play that, like that type of game. It felt like that. It felt like an arcade. Yes, it's like probably the other Sonic Racing games maybe felt a bit arcadey. This was 10 times arcadey, and I loved it. I just loved it. It was chaotic, there's a ton of rubber banding, but it's kind of like it just works in a way. It's like everyone had a chance. If you were up in like 12th place, there's 12 players as well. You're up in 12th place, you can easily get to the top 3 and just challenge for that. It wasn't like, it was all separated, like the rubber banding where it's like it's just separated and then it's like, like that. It's small rubber banding. It's like, everyone's just close up to each other, and if someone's far away, yes, they'll come back by using certain power-ups. But it was just everyone was fighting for first, and it was just I kind of got excited. There was some moments where I got adrenaline was pumping because I'm like, I want to win. It's like, or I want to pick. So the cool thing is with Crossworlds, because what I thought when looking at Crossworlds, when I looked at the announcement trailer, I saw Metal Harbor. I saw the dinosaur world. I was thinking to myself, then I saw like the pirate ship area, and I'm thinking, this is Sega Worlds. We got a space, we got an aircraft carrier. Oh, that's Afterburner. We got the dinosaur world. That's probably Panzer Dragoon. We got a pirate ship level. Oh, I'm thinking Golden Axe maybe. I'm thinking, so they're adding in Sega Worlds. This is awesome. Totally got it mixed up. It was actually Sonic Worlds. So yeah, you had Afterburner. It was actually Metal Harbor. Then you had a dinosaur world. You had a pirate world. You had a flame world. And I was like, oh, okay. So it is actually just full Sonic. I honestly thought they were gonna add in Sega stuff, but I was wrong. So I was kind of just like, okay. It didn't make me go like, oh, well, I'm now disappointed. I was like, okay, I'm still curious. It still looks good. So what it is it's like you're doing the race, And you're going through the first lap. The first lap is the main course: Metal Harbor, Rainbow Garden, E Stadium, etc. You do the lap. First place, whoever's first place, you then get 2 rings that pop up. One gets you into a different, like a specific world, like Flame World, Dinosaur World, the Pirate World, and another one is random. So you can decide if you want to go directly to one other course, or if you want to pick something random and see what you get. First place gets to make that decision. And what happens is, you go into that ring, boom, transformation. You're in a different area. And it's like, it's not like, you know, the same course style as the original course. It's totally different. You're going different places. You're dealing with, like, say, dinosaurs, a kraken. You know, you're dealing with, like, fire dragons and stuff. It's like, wow. And for it being a closed network test, for it being a closed beta, it didn't feel like it was a beta. It actually felt like I didn't have any network connection issues. I didn't have any lag. I didn't have any of that. Going through the ring, like transitioning from one course to another, smooth. It went so well. And, you know, you're going through all of that. And then once you finish that part of that lap, you then go into another ring. You go into that ring. You're back in the original course. So like Metal Harbor, Rainbow Garden. And then the final lap is the same course from the first lap, but there's some changes. There'll be some extra shortcuts or other areas where you can get a special item box. And that's the object of the race. You know, it's first, you know, it's a traditional race, but you know, you get given something fresh in a way. It's not like the same course 3 laps. The second lap is something new. It keeps you on your toes, so to say. You know, you keep trying to focus like, okay, I'm going here. If you're going in the random one, you don't know where you're going. Are you going to be going into the fire level? Are you going to be going into freaking getting eaten by a freaking kraken? It's like, you just don't know. The control, like, I felt like the controlling was a little bit stiff. Like when you're not drift, like the drift was great. Drifting, amazing. When you're trying to turn without the drift, it is very stiff and you can't control. So I feel like I feel like that's the one thing. I feel like they should loosen the controlling a bit. Maybe, I mean, because you can use the garage or the garage area where you can customize your carts. And, you know, you can be able to, like, increase your controlling, increase your acceleration, all of that. There's different, like, painting mechanics. So I had Sonic's car, and I put a big image of Sonic's face at the front. Because I was just like, oh, I'm doing this. You know, I'm going to make this cringe. So that's what I did. And, yeah, so you could do loads of customizations. And the cool thing is, because in the original Sonic racing games, like even with Team Sonic Racing, the last one, you know, every character has its own unique car, and it sticks to that car. They only have that car. In Sonic Racing Crossworlds, you could have Sonic's car, but you can play as Shadow. You can play as Knuckles. You can play as Eggman. You can play anyone, and you could pretty much just build your own car. You know, you pick which character's car you want, you can design it your own way, and then you can use any other character for that. Not only that, the one cool thing I like about it is it's not just karts that they're going to be including. It wasn't in the beta, but it has been announced, because we're going to have the Babylon Rogues come back in. Jet, Storm, and Wave from the Babylon Rogues from the Sonic Riders series, which means extreme gear. The hoverboards are going to be included as well. So you won't just have karts, you will have hoverboards, extreme gear boards into the game as well. Which, you know, we had Sonic Free Riders as the last Sonic Riders game, which was in 2010. I honestly would love to have a new Sonic Riders game. This is kind of a tease in a way for making, you know, having Sonic Riders into a Sonic Racing team, like a Sonic Riders game, added into the Sonic Racing franchise. So this is kind of nice. I don't know if they're going to include a story mode or not. That would be cool if they did. And yeah, just all around. And I had a blast. I thought it was fun. There's going to be some people that are going to be like, I didn't like this. I didn't like that. I couldn't think of a bad thing. I actually had a blast. I actually had a ton of fun. And I am so looking forward to buying this game when it comes out. I'm getting it day one. I'm getting it day one, and I'm going to play online. I'm going to have a great time. It's going to be great. I don't know if they're going to include like more like special, like so like the other worlds from on the second lap. If they include new ones, like new worlds that you go into, that'll be awesome. And it'll be interesting to see what other courses there will be. You asked me, James, like if I could pick a Sonic course to to have, what would it be and why? So for me, because they've already got Metal Harbor. I like Metal Harbor, so that's already a shoo-in for me on that. That's a good question. I think, I would go for Emerald Coast from Sonic Adventure. I think Emerald Coast would be, it could be a main race. It could be a main race course, so you have lap 1 and 3, or it can be a world where you just get transferred over to like a beach level, and it could represent Emerald Coast. That would be awesome, or Seaside Hill. So yeah, I would definitely say like Emerald Coast for me. We will probably go into, because we also have confirmed characters. We have a list of confirmed characters, and we also have the confirmed characters one is from Shaq News, and then we have MSN. MSN's still going, James. Jesus Christ. And I mean it was made by, I think the original thing is Game Rant, but I've got this from MSN, where it's like Crossworlds track wish list. So we'll go into that later. But yeah, for me, all around, brilliant beta. Didn't even feel like it was a beta, honestly. It just was flawless, smooth. Also, the items are wild. You got your drill, which is, Sonic Colors drill. They make it like as a bullet bill. They have a monster truck, which is the star. So this is for Mario Kart terms. You get the star. You get a ring, a red ring, and the red ring pretty much like transfers you over. It's either if you're first place, you just speed off, or if players are in front of you, you use the ring, you get to the closest player, and you just squish them. And then you just continue on. And then you've also got anvils to attack. You've got a Chow that can throw an item to you. You have Oma Chow that steals your rings or gives you rings if you use them. What else did they have? They've had so many. They had like bombs. They had the grit. This is funny. They had a green punching glove, which is like the green shell. And then they have red punching gloves, which is the red shell. And then, what was it? There was, I forget. The wisps. Wisps are back. They're the mushrooms. And then there's the blue shell, but I forget which one was the blue shell. I forget. There is a blue shell equivalent to it as well, which like screws you over big time. But like, it's not like Mario Kart with that type of rubber banding. It's like anyone can win. Anyone can win the race. It's like, it just gets so intense and it's great. So, all in all, I say, Sonic Racing Crossworlds, loved it. Can't wait for the full game to come out. James, for you being outside, I'm guessing you like saw like the trailer, or you saw maybe like little bits of information. From what you have seen, what do you think?
So I saw the trailer when it first came out on the Game Awards, and it was very interesting, but I thought it was just going to be a bit like, the previous Sonic racing games. But there's a couple in here that has made me sort of to get a bit more of a inkling to it. The main one really is that I think this is going to turn out like Crash Team Racing, with regards to what it says about the characters, like being released later on. Because when we were doing Crash Team Racing, like certain times during the season, you got to win races, and if you won a certain amount of points, you get to unlock new characters, didn't you? So I think I could see Sonic Racing Crossworlds doing that, doing it like that. There'll probably be DLC as well with it, like certain races, certain karts as well. It does look pretty good, and I've heard it's actually from using the Unreal Engine as well, which apparently that's from what I've been hearing of some of the thoughts. there's a lot of people there who are actually very, very positive about this. Say it's one of the best racing games around, and that it's on par with Mario, like Mario Kart. The one thing I do like the idea of is, like you said, on race 1, that lap 1 and lap 3 that is part of like on the race course, but then lap 2 it changes it completely and goes to a different one. What I like the idea of is you include the actual races as well as lap 2. And what I mean by that is, say Emerald Grove comes in, for example. There's a section where race like lap 1 and lap 3 is around the Emerald Grove in a certain area of it. Mm-hmm. What they could also have is have a lap 2 version of it that's away from the main race. So what would be funny would be if you were leaving, let's say, in a stadium, for example, and you went straight into this a randomized one, and the random one is a stadium that you've been into before, but just like a different version of it.
Yeah.
Then I think that would be pretty good, because then you don't know which one you're going to, because it could be something you've already played before, or it could be one that maybe you played for 2 laps previously, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does.
Which I thought that might be quite a good one, as well, to add to it. My boy Shadow is in there, so I'm a very happy man that he's included, because he's got to be there.
Of course,
that's right. The characters mix-up should be quite interesting as well, but it was. I know what you mean by, like you say, with lap 2 and lap 3 being different, because the Mario Kart ones, they seem to have a knack of. You're right, they always do the same 3. Like the same laps all the way around through all 3 of them. So of course you're gonna have, you're gonna know where every shortcut is. So actually splitting it up to say, you know what the shortcut is for this race, but for this laps, where are the shortcuts? Like when you first begin as well. I think that would be quite an interesting take on it, and that could actually be very, very positive. And like you said, the customization of the cart as well. I like the idea of being able to customize my car and have a Sonic driving a pimped out Dr. Eggman one, because I think that would just be hilarious.
Sonic just stole like the Eggmobile.
the Eggmobile with the Death Egg. You know, like Sonic 2 where he's got that Eggmobile. Yeah. Imagine him driving that.
Yeah. Oh my god, that would be funny.
That would be brilliant.
Brilliant. Yeah. You can do that. You can have Eggman driving Sonic's car as well. It's like,
Yeah.
It's the possibilities are endless, I would say.
Yeah.
I will mention, like as you said with the characters, 21 characters have been confirmed for the game so far. That's a big roster. That is a big roster. I'll name them out. So of course we got like Amy, we got Big the Cat, of course, our buddy Big. We got Blaze, we got Charmy. Okay, nobody cares about Charmy, but
nobody cares about him.
Nobody cares about Charmy, but Charmy's in there, We got Cream and Cheese, Cream the Rabbit with Cheese, the Chow. So we got that. We have an egg pawn, of course. We gotta have a. I'm
sorry. We got what?
Egg pawn. Pawn. Pawn.
Oh right. Okay.
Not the other thing, you filthy bastard.
Just saying, the Sonic community knows that word very, very well. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, just look at DeviantArt and E621.
No, we are not looking at that.
Of course, we have Eggman, and then we have Espio. We have Jet the Hawk from Babylon Rogues. That was a big thumbs up for me. I was happy. Like, that made me happy that they're coming back. The first thing I said when I saw Jet, please let Wave be in the game, and somebody said Wave is in the game. I went, thank God. Wave is my favorite female Sonic character. She is a badass, and so sassy as all hell. So I think when I first get the game, I'm not playing as Sonic, I'm playing as Wave, because Wave is my girl. She's my girl. Of course, we have Knuckles, Metal Sonic. We have Omega. We also have Sage.
Does he call dibs?
Yeah, I call dibs. I call dibs on first place. Got it. It's gotta happen. Sage, who is the AI created by Eggman in Sonic Frontiers, and is quote unquote Eggman's daughter. So we gotta see Sage. That'll be nice as well. Of course, Shadow's in the game. And then we have Silver, Sonic, obviously, Storm, Tails, Vector the Crocodile, Wave, and then from the Deadly Six, Zavok and Zaz. So some Sonic Lost World getting mixed into that as well. So yeah, pretty good roster. But as what it says on Shack News, 21 characters have been confirmed for the game so far. So like you said, James, who's to say that, you know, they might do a season, like, you know, season 1, season 2, and then new characters are added in. But in order to get that, you have to unlock them by playing online races or something like that. So possibilities are endless. It's definitely got big reviews, positive reviews. So yeah, we just have to wait and see, really.
Okay, I've been re-looking at the photos. I've just found out my new favourite car, and that was... I will take Shadow and I will make him drive Metal Sonic's car because that just looks top-notch.
I know. Put that in with Shadow's colours and just add some like little stickers to it. Oh, that's going to look...
Metal Shadow.
Metal Shadow. Oh my god, could you imagine that being a thing in a future game?
I would make that a thing.
I mean, it is a thing in Shadow the Hedgehog. There is like Metal Shadow in like if you play the multiplayer game, but could we see them again in a future Sonic game? That would be sick.
That would be pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, unless they are in Shadow Generations, and because I haven't completed the game yet, so I don't know. If that's gonna happen. So we shall see. And then last off, just to say, there is on MSN there is a track wish list. Also, before we go into the track wish list, James, what Sonic... My voice broke there again. What
Sonic?
What Sonic game? Sorry, get back to Mickey Mouse. Come on, Pluto. Anyway. Oh, God.
We're going to be sued by Disney.
Yeah, we are. Disney Senpai. Please no.
Beep, 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 beep. Well, yeah, that was quick. Yeah, we got a court case on Monday, mate.
Shit. Damn it. What level would you like to see be put into Sonic Racing Crossworlds, and why?
There's a couple of things. There's a couple actually I'd like to see. I think I've seen one already, so this might actually already be a bonus. But Sky Sanctuary.
Ooh, yes.
Like, if you had your cars transform into aircraft and flying around Sky Sanctuary with like the Death Egg in the background, that would be class to see that, if either as a racetrack or as a lap 2 sort of thing, so the Crossworld. That'd be quite good. The other one I'd like to see actually is either Chemical Plant Zone to be in one of them, or I've been thinking about this actually. What's it called? Not the Death Egg. Space Colony Arc. That's the one.
Oh, the Arc. Yeah, that would be cool. That'd be cool.
That'd be cool to have, especially like driving around and then going into jets and flying around the space arc itself. One character actually I would love to see on there: Jim Carrey's version of Robotnik.
And then you select Jim Carrey's Robotnik, and he just goes, "The Robotniks have entered the chat."
Oh, and then every time like he hits you with like a power up, he goes, "Look what you did!"
Oh, that would be amazing. Well, okay, if you're gonna have Jim Carrey's Eggman, you got to have Agent Stone. Stone's got to be in it. I would love Stone in a game. Like, that would be wild if we could get Stone in the game.
As he wins and goes through the finish line in first place, he just goes, "It's been a drag! Thanks for nothing!"
Yeah, thanks for nothing. Oh, God. Oh, but then it would be funny if you have Stone and Shadow, because in the game as well, if you hit a specific character, they will have a conversation. So could you imagine just Stone hitting Shadow, and then Shadow just goes, "Revenge guac," or something like that.
You shall get my revenge guac.
See, that would just be perfect. That would just be perfect to have.
Or Jim Carrey hitting Agent Stone and just going like, blocked, unsubscribed, and all of this.
And all of this, yeah. would be incredible if they could add that. I don't know if they could or if they would, but I think a lot of people would get a kick out of it.
Oh my god, no, I just thought about it. Robotnik gets hit. Jim Carrey Robotnik gets hit by any character, and all you hear him saying is, "My steamed offshore goat's milk."
My latte.
My latte.
My latte.
And maybe if he actually gets hit, there's an animation of him chucking him a new latte. And just goes, "Oh, thank you. I love the way you make them.
I love the way you make them." That'll be. Oh my god. The possibilities are endless.
The amount of shit you could do with that.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, great. Fantastic. So there you go. Hey, and as well, just to let everyone know, if you are listening, if you are enjoying, feel free to give us a like and also 5 stars on any of the platforming podcast sites that you're on, as well as leave us a comment on everything regarding about Pokemon, Xbox for the multi-platform, as well as Sonic Racing Crossworlds. If you have played the cross-network to closed network test, or if you have just been seeing what's going on, let us know what characters do you want to see and what course do you want to see in the game as well. So, speaking of courses, as I say, we're going to go straight into this. So somebody, Zachary Grief, hopefully I got the last name there right, suggested these courses. So let me know if you think they're going to be good or not. Knight's Passage from Sonic and the Black Knight.
Yeah, I'd say that's. But I've never actually played it properly, but I'm pretty sure it looks good.
I think that would work out, definitely. I haven't played Sonic and the Black Knight. I need to get onto it, but I think that would be pretty cool to see that being updated. Station Square, Sonic Adventure, very iconic.
Very, very iconic.
I feel a Station Square course would be actually tremendous because you could add like a little bit of Speed Highway to it as well. So something like that would be good. Babylon Gardens, Sonic Riders. For me, I think that would be actually really cool.
That's a tribute as well for Sonic Riders.
I think so. A nice little tribute to the Riders franchise and also the Babylon Rogues. I think something like that would be cool to see. We also have Dragon Road by Sonic Unleashed.
Okay.
Again, like I like Dragon Road was a good level in Sonic Unleashed. So having that and also listening to the remix as well of Dragon Road would be prime, honestly. So having a remix of that would be cool. 2 more. Studio Polis, Sonic Mania.
Oh yeah, I like that actually. That was really good.
Yeah, that one would be cool because then you can go into like say the popcorn area. You can go into like the popcorn machine. You can get transferred by like the satellites. That would be cool. Yeah.
To be fair, that's got some awesome thing. That's got an awesome soundtrack too.
It really does. It really does. I agree. I always listen to Studio Polis. It's like prime Sonic music. Speaking of Prime, Sonic Prime, the TV show, Shadowverse Void or New Yoke. So that is from the show. I've only seen, I think 2 episodes, and I think I saw New Yoke being on that show. It'll be interesting. Oh, I think one of the characters, the Sonic Racing Crossworld coming out, is going to be one of the characters. I think it's character's name Nines, I think.
Nines, yeah, I know who that is.
Nines, yeah, which is Evil Tails. So that would be awesome. And would we also get the voice actor / I think, the VA? Will we get the VA for Tails in Sonic Prime to voice Knives? That would be amazing if we get that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. On that.
I'd like to see Black Doom's Comet from Shadow the Hedgehog in a Crossworld one. I think that'd be a pretty interesting one.
Yeah, I would like to see that as like a second lap. A second lap one would be awesome to see. And then you just see Black Doom's eye just like coming at you and just
just like at the front, just doing that. Or before you go back, he's the one at the front who then makes the decision whether which one you go to, and then spins away.
Oh, that would be awesome. I'd like that.
Those 2 rings. You said those 2 rings that come up. What would be a good one would be if Black Doom's right at the end, and he's basically doing his little dark magic ready to attack before you go through one of the rings.
Ooh, I like that idea. That would be something I would be very happy. I mean, with Shadow Generations, it would make sense to add that to Sonic Racing Crossworlds. So
yeah,
let's see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in time when we get more info as to when the release date comes out and if we get more information on characters and courses. So that's pretty much Sonic Crossworlds in a nutshell. For me, as I say, for final thoughts, for me, playing the closed network test, absolutely amazing. Tremendous beta. Didn't feel like it was a beta. It felt like it was like the game actually just came out. Everything was smooth. Transitions was smooth. Going through the second lap, going through the ring, no issues at all. No lag, no nothing. The controlling is a bit stiff. You have to drift a lot in order to, actually turn. Hopefully they can change that and make it a little bit looser. But all in all, I am excited for the game. The character roster looks amazing. The courses so far look tremendous. I can't wait to play the game. It's going to be excited. James, what about you? Is this going to be the game that you are actually going to buy and play? Or are you just still going to forever get stuck on like Mario Kart? Or are you going to indulge your palate with more different racing games?
depends on when it comes out, but I'll be honest, I'm looking at this now and this could interest me. I'll probably wait till it comes out and see what the reviews are, and if it's really good, and if I see a lot of people playing it, then you know what, yeah, maybe I'll get it myself and I'll have a look.
All right, sounds good indeed. Well, that is part one. That is our news done. We are going to be taking ourselves a little break before we get into this On This Month segment. Woo! Woo! But before we do that, we're going to take a break and we're going to be doing a new thing for our breaks. It's called Content Creator of the Month. This is where we're going to be showcasing every month a streamer or YouTuber or an artist or anything if you do content, and we're going to showcase them and let you know what they do, who they are. They'll introduce themselves. They'll let you know who they are and what they do. You can check them out. They're really awesome and wonderful. We're going to show our first Content Creator of the Month. Enjoy the little video. We'll see you in a bit.
Hi there, I'm ZephyrFloofyDerg and I'm the Games Innit podcast content creator of the month. I stream on Twitch. I play quite a few different things, quite a bit on PC, but also consoles too, PS5, Switch. Most recently I've been playing things like Zenless Zone Zero, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, a bit of Robocop Rogue City. Did quite a few things too, done some Helldivers too, done some Bloodborne, Elden Ring. Also played a few retro games too, got Wetrix, Tenchi Muyo on the SNES, Rampart on the NES Famicom, and quite a few things. But yeah, I play quite a few different things. I've done a second playthrough of Death Stranding, which I stream mostly on stream. Got a fair way into Elden Ring too, and one of my funniest moments that got clipped was when I was playing web fishing, and I went to check one of my buckets, and inside the bucket was a giant whale, and I'm not even kidding. For some reason, that whale managed to fit into that teeny tiny bucket, and that was that shocked me. I had no idea that was even possible or that would even happen.
Big fish, or rare fish, I should say. Not just going to be big. Oh, holy moly, it's an alligator. 358 centimeters. It says see you later. What? That's not small. I got a whale. Whale. That's big. I'm going to put that in the aquarium.
But there you go. But yes, take care and enjoy the rest of the podcast.
And welcome back, everyone, to Games in It podcast. We hope you enjoyed the first content creator of the month, none other than the awesome ZephyrFloofyDerg. All Zephyr's information, socials, and streaming information will be in the description. So please, if you can, go click on the links, check them out on social media and Twitch. Give them a follow. You will not regret hitting that follow button 100%. That's for dang sure indeed for ZephyrFloofyDerg. And we are now back on this month's segment.
Yeah, it's going to do that. I'm just going to do that. You add the sound effects afterwards.
No. We've already made the sound. We've already made the sound effects. It's just going to be, easier and cheaper for us to just do it ourselves.
Fair enough then.
Yeah, we don't have a budget, unfortunately, so we can't have sound effects.
Wait,
what
hold
a
on,
shame. Maybe it...
Hold on, that means you're not paying me to do this. Andy. Daddy! Tell me I'm getting paid for this! Well, Andy's... It's in the mail!
It's in the mail! Sorry, you were going to say.
That's what I was going to say. Well, since Andy's going to take a while to get his stream back in, he's like, I shall be with you momentarily.
Yeah, I should be back. I should be back in a few moments.
God, I wish that broke. Imagine that broke like that. You were just sat there the entire time, just all the way down there, just going.
Yeah.
This is how we should report this from now on. Oh God, I'm old.
It would suck for me because that would just be so much money down the drain, but then it would be funny for you.
Oh yeah, very much so. Because I'm not the one suffering.
You git. Anyway, James. Love you too. On this month, what the heck is this segment?
So, what it essentially means is me and Andy are going to be picking random days and random months and looking at the day in gaming, where we're going to talk about what actually happened during that time. It could be a new game has come out, it could be a special event has happened, or something that we just like to remind us, tell you guys what happened on that particular day because we were playing the game, or something like that. So, for this one, me and Andy have chosen 2 different dates. And we've chosen 2 different games that have come out on those certain days. And we're going to be discussing them a wee bit about those particular games. So, let's start off with the deliciously handsome Mr. Andy, who's going to start us off with the first game.
You woo me so, James. You woo me.
No, it's in the script, I've got to say it.
Oh. Okay. Well, that just crushed my dreams. Anyway... The first game for me, out of the selection that I found, one I was like, oh, obviously I got to go for that. The second one took me by surprise, and so I can't wait to talk about that. And I don't know if because what we're doing now is we're actually not gonna me and James don't know what our picks are, so who knows? We might pick the same bloody game and then we just talk about it. So. But for me, for the first one, and it's actually quite funny because today it is 27 years old. This game came out on March 1st, 1998. I'm talking about Yoshi's Story on the N64, which is iconic song. Yeah, I was surprised by that. I looked, I was like, oh. March 1st, Yoshi's Story. Oh, we got to talk about that. We got to talk about Yoshi. What an iconic game. I mean, people might say it might not be the best game for Yoshi. Some people say it does. I found it to be a very charming game, especially when I was growing up as a kid. With the story, with how it was set as a storybook. Your lives consisted of multicolored Yoshis, so you get to pick and choose what Yoshi you want to do. So of course, I had to go for Blue Yoshi because Blue Yoshi, best Yoshi. Don't at me, don't quote me, don't do anything. I'm telling it like it is. Blue Yoshi, best Yoshi. Don't say anything, James.
Withdrawn.
Yeah. But yeah, you can play different colored Yoshis. The object of the game pretty much is to collect as many fruit as possible, if I recall. So there's so you have pretty much like a square, or how big your TV is, could be a rectangle or something, depending on what it is. But the object of it is the side of the screen is consisted of dots, and what you have to do is you have to eat fruit. the fruit will then like get connected throughout the screen. The object of the game is to eat, pretty much all the fruit, or like all the fruit or a specific amount of fruit to progress. Now I'm trying to remember. I don't know if it's like if you got a combo for how much like specific type of fruit that you ate. So maybe you ate like all grapes or specific amount of grapes, specific amount of bananas, melons, and apples and stuff, and then you get like a bonus. I mean, I haven't played the game in like years. So that the whole concept of like how to eat fruit, I've totally forgotten. People in the comments, you can yell at me if you're a big fan of Yoshi's Story, and you can yell at me if I'm saying things wrong, and feel free to let us know, and we'll probably talk about it on the next show, and we'll say that you're absolutely right and I'm a dum-dum. But pretty much.
Or just go and say it anyway, because making him suffer is always hilarious for us.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate you.
Welcome.
Yeah, all right. But yeah, just like the just how it's pretty much like a 2D based game. So it's pretty, and it is not like pretty much a start to, there's no like time limit. There's no start to finish. If you go to the end and you haven't got all the fruit, you have to go back and find more fruit. So, but it's like there's no time limit, there's no rushing, you can take your time with it. Of course, there's like little egg blocks you hit, you grab eggs, you can use them to throw at enemies. I think if you hit a combo of enemies, you get fruit as well. You have like a flower, of course. Every time you get hit, a petal gets taken off, but I think you get more petals by doing combos or eating a specific fruit. There's invincibility power-ups, and yeah, it's just pretty much. I think what the story is. I gotta double check, because I think the story on Yoshi's Story is the Yoshis were living their life as plain normal, and then Bowser Jr. shows up and turns Yoshi's Island into a storybook. Yoshi Story. Yoshi Story. Let me make sure that I got this right, so I'm not I get anyone angry at me. So the plot is, living together in harmony at Yoshi Island, the Yoshis are able to maintain a perpetual state of joy through the fruit-bearing Super Happy Tree. That's it, the Super Happy Tree. Sorry, it's not Bowser Jr., it's Baby Bowser. Remember Baby Bowser? Baby Bowser becomes envious of this happiness and casts a spell to transform the island into a pop-up storybook. I was right. I remember. He steals the Super Happy Tree, further weakening the Yoshis and making them fall to gloom. So pretty much, Baby Bowser has just made them very depressed because the Super Happy Tree's gone. And what can't you, if you can't be happy and eat fruit, you might as well just not eat fruit and be sad. And we don't want that, not with Yoshi. So this is that 6 eggs were able to survive the trial and hatch, which is pretty dark when you think about it.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. But games back in the day were freaking dark as hell, especially if they're cute, adorable characters as well. Confused about the dismal state of their world, the baby Yoshis know that something is amiss and decide to fight the gloom with cheer. They set out to retrieve the Super Happy Tree and restore happiness to the island. On their way to baby...
This is sounding more and more like a Smurfs episode, that's all I'm saying. They're gonna go see the Super Happy Tree. Yay! We're gonna save her life with friendship and fun and huzzah!
It does in a way.
What?
I mean, that's the 90s for you. That's 90s video games. Let's cure this depression with happiness. Cheer. Oh, Christ. Anyway, on their way to Baby Bowser's castle, the Yoshis must progress through the 6 pages of the storybook, encountering 6 different areas of the island, while each page consists of 4 courses each. The path to Baby Bowser's castle will only consist of 1 course per page. After progressing to the castle, then you face Baby Bowser in a showdown, and that's pretty much it. I'm not going to say the rest of it because it might spoil to people that haven't played the game. But yes, that's pretty much it. Baby Bowser takes over, steals the Super Happy Tree, makes all the Yoshis turn gloom to the point of some of them perish, which is kind of dark because 6 eggs survive.
Yeah,
it's
just a wee bit, Roger.
Yeah, pretty much. And then these 6 baby Yoshis decide to bring friendship and cheer and happiness into this gloom world and go and try and save the day. So yeah, as a kid, I totally didn't know about the story, and I was just like, oh, this is a happy chill game. And now as an adult, I'm reading it, I'm like, holy shit. But still, all in all, a great game, a fun game, a very fun and enjoyable game. And for me, Yoshi's Story is my first pick. James, do you have something that's a little bit less depressing?
Well, not really depressing, but this should be one interesting. So I picked up two particular dates. One of them is because it's actually my wife's birthday on that particular date. So I figured out,
sweet.
Let's have a look and see what happened on her, not an actual birthday, but on the day, on whatever happened in that year. And it turns out a certain game came out, a certain sequel of a game came out in 1997, where one orange Bandicoot decided to try and take back all the crystals from the evil Dr. Neo Cortex. It is Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back.
What a classic.
Absolute bloody classic of a game. And this is actually one of the first games. It was actually one of the first games I played. And it was a sequel. I was expecting it to be like, oh, this should be okay. I'm hoping this will be alright. Oh my god, I loved it so much. And the whole, instead of just doing the rooms, the linear route that you had during Crash Bandicoot 1, it was when you had to go and do all of the that warp room to begin with, and that introduced the whole warp room that became so synonymous with Crash Bandicoot.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time you go into the warp room, all you hear is the do 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 do. Exactly. It's so fucking good, and the fact it's little poses as well when he gets through and he gets himself a crystal and the gems. Oh yeah, he does the
just the thrusts. I'm like, god damn, Crash.
But it was such a fantastic game, and the music as well how it kind of what started me learning about the Christmas. I started learning about I don't know why I was thinking Christmas music. It's
Merry Christmas, Crash. Whoa!
Whoa! It's February.
Yeah.
But it was a soundtrack that really brought it to me. Was just really made me enjoy it, and there's little the death levels as well. The death levels were an absolute pain in the ass to get all the gold, the coloured crystals, and trying to 100% the game. And it was when you were trying to 100% the game before you tried to beat Cortex, and it was so. I just thoroughly enjoyed it. It was one of the best games I ever played, and I'm so glad that when the Insane Trilogy got re-released, that I was able to play it again on the Switch, and it brought back so many memories.
Yeah, I kind of like the story as well, where it's just Cortex just goes, I need your help. These crystals, help me, get them to save the world. And it's just you get, I kind of I don't know if you remember this or not, but there are times where you complete a level, but you forget the crystal. And then Cortex comes back and gets pissed off.
It's
like, what are you doing?
You forgot the crystal! Get the crystal!
Get the goddamn crystal! And it's just I was like, damn, okay. You literally get so mad if you don't pick up the crystals. It's so good. It
was great as well when he turned around and was just when Coco's found out that he was actually trying to do it. He's like, Adrian, you fool! She's telling everything! Oh, hi there. I don't know how much you heard of that, but
yeah. It's the writing for that is just peak, honestly.
Yeah.
And then who was Cortex's? I forget his name. Who was Cortex's henchman from the first one?
Oh, it was
Oxide.
Nitrous Oxide was Crash Team Racing. Bio.
Oh, okay, I got that right.
And Bio or something.
Hang on. Gotta double check.
No, I'll find this out myself.
Crash Bandicoot. Enemy.
So that was the
Characters.
embryo.
Characters.
Embryo. That was it. Embryo.
Embryo.
That was his. That was one of his assistants that he.
That's it. Embryo. Yeah. Embryo. That was him. Yeah, because it's like you see Embryo in the third warp world, I think. And he hacks into like the system, being like, "Don't trust Cortex," and it's like, "Get the gems instead." And it's like, "Well, hold on a minute." It's like, what's going on here?
I remember what happened last time I did this.
Yeah. So it's kind of just like, what? It's kind of like a multi-path, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe in a way, because it's like you either help Cortex. I mean, that's the main game. But then if you complete that and you beat Cortex, then you can also get the extra story, the extra ending, which is helping Embryo.
You get the epilogue once you collect all the gems, the colored gems, and it's essentially, spoiler warning, he essentially launches a laser that blows up his space station, but then that leads automatically straight into Crash Bandicoot 3, which I thought was quite a nice little intertwined straight into it.
Yeah, which is great. So it's kind of just like, okay, so and it's weird because Embryo, because at that time he was trying to help you, and then he's back to being a bad guy. It was like, wait, what?
I don't think Embryo wasn't actually a bad guy in the third one, because it was Tiny. No, it was Tiny Tiger. Then it was Dingo Dio. Then it was Entropy. That was the time guy. Then it was Engine. Then it was Cortex.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, because I don't think he was in. Was Embryo in the third game? But as a support, I'm not sure. I haven't played them in a while. But I felt like maybe in canon he came back as a bad guy. I'm not sure. Unless, did he come back in Crash Bandicoot 4?
No, I don't think he. It might be. I don't remember him coming back.
Or Wrath of Cortex, the unofficial fourth game, Crash Bandicoot 4.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure. If Crash Bandicoot fans, let us know. In the comments.
Actually, no, he doesn't come back. He doesn't come back until Crash Twin Sanity. But then you're working with Cortex at that time, so that's probably why.
Oh right, he realizes that you're working with Cortex, and then he becomes an enemy because it's like,
that's it.
You're working with Cortex. It's like, no,
that's not the case.
I do like, though, speaking of Twin Sanity, the cameo appearance. Spoiler alert: cameo appearance was Spyro.
I never actually saw the twin. I actually saw Spyro's. Oh, what was it?
Cameo appearance?
Yeah, I never saw that one.
It's very late into the game. Before you face the final boss.
Oh, okay, that's probably why.
But you're pretty much in like a. Sorry if I'm spoiling this for you, James.
Oh no, it's perfectly right. I don't think I'm planning on playing it anyway, so.
No, fair. But it's like you go into. I think it's like it's a castle or something, or like some fortress, and you go into this treasure room, and then I think some enemies talk to Crash and Cortex, and I think Cortex goes, "You might want to be careful, like something about the treasure and the gems," and then it pans to Spyro, and Spyro like sets does like his flame breath on the enemies, and then Cortex is laughing and then just looks at the screen like like being like, that's a bit odd that we have this cameo appearance. Yeah, wait a minute, I think that's what happens. But yeah, when I play I was like, oh my god, they put Spyro in the game. It's like as a cameo. That was sick. So that was pretty cool. But but going back to Crash 2, I was the same. It's funny because every time I get introduced to a new franchise, I always play the second game as well. Crash being Crash 2 also. And it's one of my favorite Crash Bandicoot games. It's like it just how they introduced everything, going into the bonus worlds, going into the death zones, trying to get all like the upper color gems and all the other challenges that you had to do as well in order to 100% get it. It's bloody hard. Some of those challenges, but god damn, is it worth to just get up and play?
Yeah.
So yeah. So is there anything else you want to talk about with Crash Bandicoot, or
Not really. That was about it, really.
that was about it? All right, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go for my game now. My last game, and this came out. This came out when looking at it. I went all the way to the 14th of March, and I looked at this, and I was taken by surprise. I'm like, hang on a minute. And I have been watching a long play of this game just to make sure that I remember it, and goddamn do I do. I think I consider this maybe as a hidden gem game, maybe, because I honestly totally forgot about it until I just saw when it came out. And came out March 14th, 2005. It's going to be 20 years old. Pokemon Dash for the DS.
Oh, okay. Pokemon Dash.
Pokemon Dash. I remember when this game, I think it came out the same time as the DS did. So I think it might have been like a day one launch for the console. Or it might have came out maybe like, oh, maybe not. Maybe it came out maybe sometime after the console. I'm not sure. But I remember like wanting that game. It was like a different. It's pretty much a Pokemon racing game. I mean, you have to play as. I think you can only play as Pikachu, which is fine. But what you do is like, if you haven't played it, there's different cups and different challenges that you can do, and you're pretty much racing Pokemon around a course. And the object of the game is to there's like these little checkpoints, and what you got to do is you got to go to which level is this? This one is Glacier Island. I'm looking at Yellow Cup Glacier Island. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 checkpoints. So it's not like your standard 3-lap race. You have to go around like this area to go to certain checkpoints. And once you get to the final checkpoint, you win the race. And it shows you once you get, because you have like the top screen is pretty much your map and your ranking indicator to show you like who's in first, who's in second, who's in third. And it has a little map to show you like this is where the next checkpoint is. You need to go to it. The bottom screen is where you see the race, and you use your stylus to pretty much like move. Like you move the stylus down, Pikachu goes down. You move the stylus left, Pikachu goes left, and you know you're moving it around. Goes around and around, and you're having to do this as quickly as you can. I think that's probably why some people's DSs got lots of scratch marks on the touchscreen, because it's like trying to get Pikachu to come as fast as possible. So so you had to do that, and there's different ways you can go, because sometimes you get a checkpoint which is down here, but then the next checkpoint is all the way up there. So what do? There's balloons. You grab a balloon, you then go in a hot air balloon up in the sky, and then you try and touchscreen yourself. You use the touchscreen to get to the next checkpoint, and then what you do is you drop. Pikachu then starts falling with the balloons. And all you got to do is like, it's a slow drop. But if you pop the balloons, Pikachu then drops down faster. But you have to keep at least maybe one balloon at handy so that he doesn't go full splat. Because if he does that at a big drop, I think you get...
He dies.
No, he doesn't die. No, no, James, because this is rated E for everyone. So no, he just gets knocked out for a little bit. Let's go with that.
He faints.
He faints for like maybe a few seconds. I think I might be wrong, and then you go and can get to the checkpoint. And then there's also, if you need to go into the water, you can ride Lapras, and you can go on the ocean and go, all the way there, to the certain points. If you're on like if you're on like, like a pavement, or, just like a sidewalk type thing, just like, just a path, you can do normal running. If you're on grass, it's normal running. If you're like in a forest area, that's when you slow down. I'm trying to see if there was any items or not. I don't think there was. I'm having a quick look. Oh yeah, if you're in snow. Oh yeah, there is items, because I just saw one where Bulbasaur's in second and has a shield. So I think there was items in the game. And yeah, it was just a case of it's from one checkpoint to the last checkpoint, reach the end. And like for how it was a unique way of playing not only a Pokemon game, but a racing game as well. I'm just keeping an eye just to see if there's anything else that you had. But yeah, all in all, like, this took me by surprise that I totally forgot about the game. It's a hidden gem because I forgot about it, and I remember now I'm having memories flooded back into my head about it, and I remember it being so much fun to play. A unique Pokemon game, a unique racing game. And I feel like, in a way, maybe, I mean, if the 3DS was still around, we could have got a Pokemon Dash 2. That would have been cool. But, you know, it was a unique way of playing Pokemon.
Yeah.
I think I'm kind of tempted to get the game again. I would love to play it again. So, yeah, that's my second game. Pokemon Dash came out in the 14th of March, 2005. So it's, 20 years old. Crazy.
Well, I've got one that is actually... See, this is actually kind of hilarious, considering we were literally just talking about it a moment ago. But this came out in October 10th of the year 2000. So the new millennium, after the Millennium Bug decided to go away, this game decided to come out. The third in the series, and you've played this game very regularly previously because you used to do it as a charity live stream, and one where you took on one of our old friends in regarding to a competition. It involved you changing yourself into a blue dragon.
Dragon.
Collecting gems.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, this is the third in this series. In October 10th in the year 2000, Spyro Year of the Dragon came out onto the PlayStation 1. And this one is without a doubt one of the best PlayStation 1 games I have ever played in my life. It's the one I remember fondly about the PS1 era as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just fantastic. It was so good. It was actually the first Spyro game I played. I didn't play the first one, or Victor's Rage, or Victor's Revenge. I actually played it from Year of the Dragon. So actually learning about like how these people got together at the beginning is kind of confused me to begin with. It's like, how does he know him? How does he know that? What does he know that? But Spyro as a whole was one of the Spyro 3 was just one of the best games I loved playing as a kid. And I specifically remember this because I think it was when we just met as friends. And I remember this one very clearly. I had a PlayStation 2, but I didn't have a memory card. But I managed to get Spyro 3. But I wanted to play it, but then realised I was only going to be able to play it up to a point where I then had to end because I couldn't have a memory card, so I couldn't save my progress. So I did a full 12 hours stream by myself. Well, stream with me later. I did Spyro Year of the Dragon for 12 hours to complete it in 120%.
Jesus Christ. 120%.
120%, and that essentially means I collected all of the gems, I collected all of the eggs, I collected all the skills, I managed to go to the secret super bonus world, defeat the sorceress twice.
Yep.
And basically collected everything I could basically collect. And I will happily go back and play it anytime. No matter what I'm doing, no matter what I've got planned. If you tell me, do you want to play Spyro? Oh, I am 100% down for that straight away.
Wow. Crazy. Yeah, no, I remember. I kind of like Year of the Dragon, like Ripto's Rage or Gateway to Glimmer, as it is in Europe, is that's one of my favorite. But Year of the Dragon still had that same style to the second game, which I loved.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, just having like, you know, the open world, going into the different like levels, and the spark challenges, they were amazing. I love that.
Spark was brilliant.
Yeah, the Sparks levels I enjoyed a ton. Like there was like different ways, like they had like skateboarding, like that was included. That was wild, like doing the tricks, and the story was great. I felt like yes, I like Spyro 2. Spyro Year of the Dragon was a close second for me. And also, you know, Hunter having a love relationship, you know, just
Yeah.
Hunter being Hunter being gullible, you know. It's like poor Hunter. I think that's kind of why I like it, because it's like, you know, how Hunter was as a character. You know, Hunter as a character, he had a lot of character. Bless him, him being like a himbo, but you know, he's a lovable himbo. You know, I mean, I will go off topic on this, like for the Legend of Spyro series, how they made Hunter.
Yeah,
they made him cool and stuff, and you know, they made him like, you know, serious. I'm like, no, that's great, but that's not Hunter.
No,
you got to make him You got to make him silly. So.
I still remember when he got caught by Bianca, and she came in and gave him a ball of yarn. She's like, I bought you this. But thanks. You got any chips?
Got any chips? I think it was an apple. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was an. I mean, in the original, it looked like a ball of yarn. I could definitely see that. But I think it was an apple. But yeah, like he's like, hey, got any chip? And it's kind of just like he's just like, you know what can you do? I'm stuck in a cage.
Sergeant James Bird.
Sergeant James Bird. Sergeant Bird, 90068. Reporting for duty, sir.
You need to. Hey, what are those? These are shoulder rest missiles. State of the art. Well, why do you use them to escape? Because I only have unlimited ammo. Which, by the way, he didn't. He had full ammo.
He has unlimited ammo.
It's like, I have limited ammo, and I wanted to save them for this. And he just saved him. It just was a money bag just sitting around, just standing there, and then he just disappeared.
Just knocks about. That's the only. Yeah, that's the thing as well, because you couldn't do that in like the second game when you would get introduced by Moneybags and him being a dick.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just like. It's kind of like, I think everyone loves Spyro 2, but they hated Moneybags, so it was kind of nice that the devs were just like, oh yeah, every character that you rescue, they beat the crap out of Moneybags.
I loved at the end when you beat the sorceress, and he was case self, hello Spyro, don't need to worry about me. I just found a dragon there, and I'm going to sell it for a fortune back on Avalar. Oh. He's so, why are you looking at me like that? I've got to go now, toodles. And then you're basically just like, you're just running after him and headbutting him and getting all the gems back. And I've just found this out as well. You're getting all the gems back, not from Spyro 2, but from Spyro 2 and Spyro 3 at the same time. That's all the gems he's taken you throughout those two games.
Really?
And you're getting all of them back.
Really? Wait, that's both from both games?
From both games, the amount of money that you spent on getting all the shit from him.
I had no idea, because I remember like when you beat Ripto, Hunter knocks out Moneybags and takes the gems and gives it to Spyro, and it's like, oh cool, you got your money back. I had no idea that it was actually accumulated on Spyro Year of the Dragon, that it was both from Spyro 2 and Year of the Dragon.
Yeah.
That's why.
That's what I heard. It was I thought that was hilarious. And then
yeah.
The races as well, like when you're taking like the butterflies or the pigeons or the bees, and you have Sparks.
The speedways.
Yeah, and I love the music for the speedways, and there were just it was, what's his name, Sparks. It was there's that, especially when you decide to leave, and he's like. And I just thought, oh my god, that's so cute.
Yeah. I just don't know who the VA was that did Sparks, but it was pretty much like, here's a script, say it, but just say it with your mouth closed.
Here's your script, you say it with your mouth closed. Why? Humor me. All right.
Yeah, and it's like you actually can hear some of the words
Yeah.
that Spark says. It's like that was on like Enter the Dragonfly. He does that as well, but it's like it's like he's actually saying it. It's like he's talking gibberish, but you can actually understand. You've got to race the butterflies. Like, oh,
of course! Thank God you told me that.
Yeah. And then also there's the extra challenges that when you meet up with Hunter in the speedways.
Oh yeah, and those ones. He's killing he's trying to stop the sheeps or something.
The sheeps, yeah. It's the sheeps and the cows because they're the aliens.
Yeah,
taking over, like abducting farmers or stuff, or causing chaos.
It's ironic, really, that it's farmers getting kidnapped by sheep and alien sheep and cows rather than the other way around.
Yeah, I know. It's just great. It's funny. And then also in Honeycomb Speedway on the third world, when Hunter gets kidnapped, it's like if you go there and you try and find Hunter, there's just like a little sign that says Hunter is preoccupied or something like that from the sorceress. It's like, oh, okay. Can't use it yet.
Very sorry. Sergeant Bird is coming on the port of mission to the inside of a cage. Ha ha ha. The sorceress.
The sorceress, yeah. I love that. It's like just those little tidbits that you have that just as a kid you just probably just go past it and whatever, but as an adult you can appreciate just the humor that some of the devs have.
Always the Yeti as well. I forgot what his name was, but it was like it was the poshest Yeti ever. It was like, it's so absolutely fabulous to be able to stretch my longevity and to assume, you must be the person who assisted me in my release. My obvious condolences and our most gracious thank yous for that. It's like, this is the poshest Yeti I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I know. It's like, oh, how suave and sophisticated you are, Mr. Yeti.
I never knew how much they could teach poshness up there.
Yeah. Oh, what a game.
Such a good game. I remember playing that. I want to play it again now.
Yeah, same. You got me wanting to play it. And I think I've got it, actually. I don't have the physical version, but I do have like a downloadable copy on my PS3. So maybe I'm going to have to crack that out and actually play it.
I'm playing the Reignited trilogy on my Switch, so I'm going to be more than happy with that.
Oh yeah, I've got Reignited trilogy on PS4 as well, so definitely I need to play that again. Like, Reignited trilogy is just a gem, an absolute gem. And I'm looking forward to when Toys for Bob actually, hopefully, make a fourth game. Make Spyro 4. That's all I want. We got Crash Bandicoot 4. Please give us Spyro 4 with the same style as the United Trilogy, because that would be amazing. Just saying.
We'll go. Yes, give us Spyro. Yes, we can't wait to play Spyro 1, 2, 3, and 4. What about Enter the Dragonfly? What about Enter the Dragonfly?
That is literally it. We're like, what about Enter the Dragonfly? We don't talk about Enter the Dragonfly.
You, sir, do not let us talk about that at all. For if you notice it one more time, we will go to your house and we will personally rip up your intestines and feed it to you. So, don't talk about that.
Don't talk about that. No, absolutely not. Yeah, just if you value your intestines, let's not talk about Enter the Dragonfly.
Family friendly.
Family friendly. Yep, absolutely. That's some good picks there, James. Very good picks indeed.
I'm very happy. And yours as well, mate. Very good picks too.
Yeah. I totally forgot about Pokemon Dash, and now I want to play that. And I totally didn't realize that Yoshi's story is very dark and depressing.
Oh, it's full of happiness, though.
Yeah, happiness. Get rid of that gloom. Turn that frown upside down. Yeah. It's like, oh God. Jesus Christ. Well, that's a show, James.
That's the end of the podcast. Yes, it is.
Woo! We did another one.
That's 2 out of 12 done.
Yay! So we all hope you enjoyed this edition of Games in It podcast. Always a joy to be able to get back and do this. And like we'll be back. Yeah, we'll be back in April. I think, normally we try and go live, post up an episode maybe like the first or second week of the month. So yeah, definitely. Hang on. Let me double check the schedule quick. So it's going to be 2nd of April. Perfect. Okay, cool. So yeah, we'll probably start recording on April 5th or April 6th, because then we can talk about the Switch 2.
I was gonna say, so essentially when this episode gets released, we've just had the Switch 2 details.
Yes, and then we'll the next episode will be, hopefully if all goes well, uploaded on the April 12th or 13th. So yeah, so get ready for that. We'll be having some fresh insight. Fresh. I mean, it'll be a week late, but it's gonna be fresh, somewhat fresh. If you enjoy listening to us, gobbledygooking on about certain stuff, then cool. Get ready for that. But yeah, that is the end of the show. We hope you enjoyed yourselves. If you did, if you watched this on YouTube or Spotify, or you listened to it on YouTube, Spotify, or any of the other platforms, consider giving us a thumbs up, 5 stars. All that stuff we would love. And also let us know if there's anything that you feel like we can improve on, or there's parts that you enjoy of the show. It'd be great to hear your feedback. On that note, James, where can people find you on the world of the internet?
So, my world of the internet is currently on the Twitch channel, where you'll find me under the James of All Games. I have not uploaded anything for the past couple of years because I've been busy, but I'm going to try and get myself back into streaming as soon as possible. But when that might happen, who knows? But drop me a follow, and you'll be the first one to know when I'm fully back up and ready to start streaming once again.
Hell yeah. And for me, I'm on Twitch as well. I'm actually going to be, at the time of this recording, which is March 1st, so March 2nd, you'll miss it, but I'm actually going to be streaming tomorrow, James. I'm actually going to be playing some Balatro, so I'm going to be...
fascinating.
Yes, going to be playing a little card game with jokers, which is going to be quite fun. It's won many awards, and it's a very addicting game. So I'm just going to be playing that. But yeah, you can find me on Twitch. You can find me on YouTube. I stream there as well. I'm getting videos slowly built up and made. So then, maybe April, maybe middle of March, April time, I'm going to start posting a lot more content onto the channel, so that can have a continuous flow to it. I'm on Facebook. I'm slowly trying to get back on the Facebook to do posting updates and stuff as to what's going on with the streams. If you're there, totally fine. Instagram as well. Blue Sky, I'm on Blue Sky. That's at t621.net. At TEA621.net. I mostly post there for my personal stuff, what's going on. So if you want to keep up to date, follow me there. And yeah, that's where you can find me on the social medias.
So I want to say thank you very much, Andy, for joining me in this podcast. It's been fabulous. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, mate, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of the month until we speak again.
Yeah, likewise, mate. Well, I mean, we'll speak again soon. It's not going to be...
Yeah.
It's not going to be like, all right, we talk to each other once a month. Like, great show. Yeah, great talk. All right, I'll see you in a month.
See you next month.
See you next month. It's like, no, we do talk regularly. Like, believe us when we say that. But, but likewise to you. It's been an absolute blast doing this again, and looking forward to doing the April edition in a month's time.
I'm looking forward to it myself. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's only one thing left to say, and that's, of course, to thank you very much for joining us for today, wherever you are in the world. We hope you've enjoyed yourself, and we look forward to you joining us for next time. So, for the one last goodbye, this is the James of All Games signing off, saying cheery bye. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for stopping by.
And for me, Andy, I just have to say thank you all so much for coming by and tuning in. Have a very great rest of the day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. Stay safe. Much love. We'll speak to you all very, very soon. Take care. And bye-bye for now.